PFL.
Now, and here's the other thing, Micah. If he goes and fights Usyk, Fury again, or one of those guys, he'll sell out the arena, but not in MMA.
Fact or fiction, Deontay Wilder fight back in play for Francis Ngannou.
I would say that there's some strong possibility, so I'm leaning towards more fact. But with that dominant performance, right, I think he goes again in mixed martial arts. And see, let me put it to you this way. If he is part equity, part owner, if they gave him some points, whatever they gave him, he's going to have to build that brand, Micah. He can't just... You can do your one-offs, but you're trying to build that brand, right? Like, you own CageMinds.com. If all of a sudden you're over here on a one-off, but you forget about CageMinds.com, it's not going to work.
Well, that depends if you're able to see that financial success from the PFL. Because if boxing is that much better for you, are you worried about the long-term investment of the PFL if you're already getting hundreds of millions of dollars over here on the side? That carrot dangling, that ability to grab such a payday right there is not just huge for you, but it'd also be huge to reinvest into a failing entity if you wanted to push it forward.
Good point, Micah. Continue.
Fact or fiction, Cyborg surprised us by showing the wrestling dynamic to her game.
I'm not going to say I was surprised. At this juncture, Micah, something's going to come into play, right? So nothing surprises me per se.
Walking down a mauler that had just beat up people, to see Cyborg have to go to the wrestling game, get the decision, clear across, 4 rounds to 1, but to have to use that dynamic, it was quite surprising for somebody that we've looked at is a fierce striker who was coming off of 3 boxing matches.
So what you're, and I'm not trying to figure out what you're saying, but this is what I gathered from what you said. It would be like Mike Tyson going 12 rounds.
It was surprising.
Right?
It was more,
that would surprise
expect
you.
Conor McGregor to come in and strike, to stand there.
Right.
You don't expect Khabib Nurmagomedov to stand and trade. When you have a pedigree in such a lineage and you show it up, it is surprising. Is it kudos and commendable for the new diversity and the ability to still learn at this stage in the game? That it is. But it's also a bit surprising because it's just not how the fight was built up.
Makes sense.
Fact or fiction, Cyborg, greatest champion in MMA history.
Micah, top 7. So I'm going to say fiction to the greatest. But top 7, I'll say fact. Maybe top 8. Because to me, the number one, because you're including men, women, who's the best, still for me today, it will be John Jones. But for me, still today, it's Fedor. Right? But Jones will take that mantle. Once he beats Stipe, he's the guy.
No one has been a belt collector in MMA like Chris Cyborg. Strikeforce, she did it. Invicta, she did it. UFC, she did it. Bellator, she did it. Now crosses over.
Good point.
PFL, she did it. 5 promotion world champion. Not many of the greats can say they did that. Not many of the greats can talk about 17 world championship victories across those 5 promotions. So, probably in the top 3 if you want to press me with John Jones and Anderson Silva. Maybe top 4 because I'm going to leave out Demetrius Johnson and you can't do that. But it's rarefied air from what we saw from Chris Cyborg.
Oh, and that's a good point, Micah, because you're right. Every single promotion, you're right. She collects belts.
I love MMA. I want to see MMA succeed. I want to see every combat sports entity to succeed. But fact or fiction, there's a bit of doom and gloom coming off of the PFL from this past weekend.
It's going to be tough. So fact.
If you have Chris Cyborg on the card, if you have Francis Ngannou on the card, if you have Paul Hughes with what was a breakout performance, AJ McKee, and we can't muster a forest fire from that kind of energy, it's not great for every entity not named the UFC.
Yeah, and that tells you, Micah, what the Fertittas and Dana built. That's a hard model. If anybody's thinking, hey, I'm going to get in the mixed martial arts business, I would think twice.
It is a hard business. We have seen so many promotions. Pride, Elite XC, Shark Fights. We could probably go back and talk about all the ones that have and have not succeeded. There's a laundry list of funny names that we could think out there, and all so close. Shout out to the IFL. Always remember that one. The Team Fight League.
Yep.
Big smile to Mike's face on that one. Factor Fiction. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez has the kind of style that can transition towards giving the elite of the middleweight division problems.
I don't want to say that yet, Micah. I mean, you jump ahead sometimes. You see a fight and you jump ahead.
He's number 12 in the world. He's a guy that's able to absorb damage. He is able to adjust. He grinds down. And most importantly, he has a gas tank. And when you get tired makes a wimp out of all of us. This guy grinds in those hardest moments, so I have the faith in him that he has that mental tenacity to clear hurdles.
And middleweights, Micah. Go ahead, name the top middleweights in the world right now.
Robert Whittaker in action today. We'll get to him in just a minute. You got Israel Adesanya, Decres Duplessis. What does Decres Duplessis have? A gas tank, a relentlessness. I'm seeing that from an Anthony Hernandez, and that's what gives you the faith that this guy could show that upper level potential.
Continue.
Merazalev has shown us upper bound potential after what he did to Tszyu.
I'll tell you, here's the thing, Micah. You know, I love the energy. And these guys win a fight, and you take it to the levels of, they're going to be I know you're looking for that next great name, right? This is the guy.
Well, this is Factor Fiction. I'm trying to put Mike on the hot seat to tell me if I'm right or if I'm wrong here.
I just don't know, Micah, that I can go back to back. That these guys, like, he's number 12. Could he beat Adesanya? I'm talking the previous question. Could he beat Adesanya right now? No.
But he gave him trouble. That's what I was saying.
He did give him trouble.
See, that's what I'm saying. Could you give him trouble? Now, with a Merazalev, he just put down a former world champion. So this is a different level of already been there and proven it.
Fair point.
But what do you think of his performance?
It was a good performance. But I like your excitement because it makes me feel like it was the greatest performance.
So I got to keep asking the questions just like this. We'll try to keep that up. And I don't know how to keep it this excited because you don't want to be excited for saying, did Tim Tszyu make a giant mistake by taking this fight?
I don't want to say a giant. Mike, at this stage in the game, the fight's got to be made.
At this stage in the game, though, wouldn't you say, coming off of a loss to Fandora, you should A, take a suitable or a suitable tune-up fight to get ready, or B, do you take a bigger name if you're going to take big risks?
You can't at that level, Micah, because Tszyu's the biggest name in Australia, okay? Costa Tszyu, his dad, was still talked about.
This fight was in Orlando, Florida, Mike.
I get it, but listen to what I'm saying. Tim Tszyu has to stay at that elite level, Micah. You can't just say, I'm going to take this tune-up fight against number 17 in the world, and then I'm going to come back and try to fight Fundura. You got to beat somebody who's up and coming in order to stay relevant in that division.
There was more risk than reward in taking on Merazalev, Factor Fiction.
Fact.
That's why it was a bad move.
He still had to take it, is my point, Micah. I don't want to say, was it the right move, right? It's a move that had to be made.
Well, see, when you say had to be made, it's like guys vacate heavyweight titles for not taking on a mandatory. I mean, you would think that taking on a mandatory is a fact that has to be made before you move back onto a rematch, because the rematch doesn't have the same hype if it's not for the undisputed titles.
Here's my point. I don't know how much money Tszyu made that night, but I'm sure it was good. Let's continue.
Factor Fiction, we have Alexander Usyk, and he is the best character in boxing.
I don't want to say the best character. There's a lot of characters, right?
He came out dressed like the Hitman for a press conference and had Tyson Fury autograph a photo of him punching Tyson Fury.
Well, that's a character.
Best character I think we have in boxing.
Well,
he dresses up. He can change characters. He can go from Bane to Hitman. I mean, Floyd Mayweather went from Money Mayweather before he was Pretty Boy Floyd. That was more of like a change of personality than a change of character. But I think that we could go tell Usyk, go be Vin Diesel, and he'd be Vin Diesel. Go be The Rock, and he could be The Rock. Go be Bane, and he could be Bane. This is what I mean. He's a great character.
I can't wait for that fight.
What has you more excited about that fight?
Well, Usyk. Usyk brings something different to the table, Micah. The guy, if he beats Fury again, right? If he beats Fury again, what's next? Joshua lost to Dubois. I mean, what's next?
I think he beat the game. I think this is actually where the final credits roll.
That's it. There's nothing else.
And actually, he already did it. He beat Fury, and there are no other challengers besides rematches. This is the point where you really did beat the game. He's already taken out the final boss.
Think about what you said. How many fighters have beaten the game?
Cleared out the division.
Right, and there's nothing else. Like a heavyweight, he could go back down to cruiser if he wanted to.
Make some more history.
Yeah, but what for? You're the greatest fighter, the number one fighter. They always say, who's the heavyweight champion of the world? Right?
Champion.
Correct. Yeah, if he beats Fury, you're right. It's a mic drop. It's a mic drop. He's done. There's nothing left, Micah, to prove.
Nothing less to prove. A lot to prove, though, today, UFC 308. Guys, prelims are on right now. That main card about to start soon. You know I'm excited for that, of course. Ilia Topuria, Max Holloway. This is the best fight the UFC can make right now.
Yeah. Micah, this is a great fight. Not only is it the best they could make right now, this is a great fight.
Ilia Topuria came out and exceeded expectations, cleared every hurdle, took out Alexander Volkanovski, friend of the show, the great, who was on an all-time record pace, tearing through the division. And on the other side, Max Holloway just literally puts up records. The new landing of strikes, the new attempted of strikes. He is stunning all over guys like Justin Gaethje and putting his finger down in the middle of the ring to throw down the last 10 seconds and scoring walk-off knockouts. It's the BMF champion versus the ascending featherweight champion. This is the best fight on papers, stylistically, and with these two's technical acumen that the UFC can make. Sit back and enjoy this one today. It's a masterpiece.
Look at Sel behind the glass. He's writing it down that he's not going to miss that fight. I've never seen Micah this excited. Maybe he needs to wear a suit more often. Right? The energy today is incredible, Micah.
I thought I had it up last week. I thought you gave me a kudos then, too. But we'll keep going because Ilia Topuria wins this fight if he is able to put Max Holloway against the fence.
Yes. Fact.
If you close down the space and he's able to let go of some of those big bombs and trade in a small space, you feel like that power advantage is going to shine through.
And not only that, Micah, this is the future. Topuria is the future.
Max Holloway wins this fight if we get into the fifth round.
A fiction.
I like to think that the championship rounds are going to favor Holloway. Topuria has not been there, and Holloway has lived there. Whether it's been good or it's bad, he is used to that beast. He has seen it. And the way that he has destroyed Arnold Allen, Justin Gaethje, and Calvin Kattar, when you get into those championship rounds, you can try to keep up with the marathon pace of Max Holloway, but just like a great marathon runner, that last third of the fight, he's going to show that distance and break away from you.
Let me just say this, Micah. I'm the biggest Max Holloway fan. The guy goes, man. The guy's entertained us for how many years now? 10, 11 years of entertainment? But Topuria is the future. So mark it down, whether it goes into the fifth, the first, the third, the fourth.
What you have to look at for Topuria, he is very disciplined defensively. It's the hand placement. It's the tucking of the chin. This is somebody that doesn't absorb a lot of damage. Max Holloway is going to have to create the damage and the openings to be able to have success because we know Topuria is ready to fire back and counter with big power at every moment.
Don't forget Notre Dame and Navy at 10 o'clock. That follows the show. World Series Game 2. Now, Micah, we're going to stop Fact or Fiction because I got to get to this. It's Dodgers-Yankees. And this is the greatest rivalry in sports. Some say the Celtics-Lakers, but for me, it's Dodgers-Yankees. That's just me. This is the greatest rivalry in sports, Micah. And it can't get any better, right? When you look at those lineups, if you're a pitcher, Micah, you don't want to look at anybody down. You got to go through Freeman, Ohtani, Betts, Hernandez. I can go on and on.
Isn't there another Hernandez?
Yes, two. Teo Oscar and Kiki. Then you go over here to the Yankees, right? And you're just like, I don't want to face these bats.
Soto, Judge, Stanton.
That's what I'm
through
saying.
The middle of the order. And at the top with Torres has been electrifying.
Micah, can it get any better? Dodgers-Yankees.
Can't get any better. Only thing I have to argue with you about is greatest rivalry, because I was born in 1985. And 1981 was the last time that these two played in the World Series. So I would like to go with you, but I have to say the Celtics and the Lakers, because I've had to live through you cheering for that at least 2 or 3 times in my lifetime already.
Well, and here's the other thing. When you think of great rivalries, right? Like, for me, back in the day, the Washington Commanders-Dallas Cowboy game was something you always watched. I rooted for neither one of them, right?
That was like watching the Niners Cowboys for a while.
Exactly.
When you had the Young and Aikman years. Those teams just seemed to be going head to head every season.
And no matter what, you watched it. Like, that was one of those moments where you just stopped and watched. You know, for me, Raiders-Broncos will be the biggest football rivalry for me because I'm a Raiders guy. But there's something different about the Bronco-Raider game than every other game on the schedule. Just something different. Like when the Lakers play the Celtics, it's something different.
The Ravens and the Steelers, I know what you're saying. The Yankees and the Red Sox, the Dodgers and the Padres. There's just that electricity. It's not the same. I know there's heat with the Dodgers and the Giants, but it's not the same as the Padres. I think the shorter bus ride right there, you got the tension with the two fan bases, L.A. to San Diego.
Well, and you saw it in that series, Micah. But I'm excited for baseball, and I'm happy to say it. Like, baseball needed this. They needed this.
Baseball needed this. And Mike bring up basketball for a second. And it's like he can breathe easy because there's more room in the Staples Center. So I got to ask, what did you think of the wall?
Here's the thing, Mike. Nothing surprises me. This is how much was the arena? $2 billion, somebody said? $2 billion?
$2 billion. Did you know there's no cash registers in the arena?
None. But this whole design, it worked. It worked against the Phoenix Suns.
1,400 bathrooms, Mike. No waiting for bathroom stalls. Get in, get out, get back to the game. Kevin Durant misses 2 free throws because he doesn't know what to do with this wall of humanity. But as most have pointed out, I'm sure Mike Adams will soon, it's not going to matter much because there won't be many important free throws in that building anytime soon.
Mike, I've told you, they could build them. They could play in the Sphere. They could play in Madison Square Garden. They could play, but here's it doesn't, Micah, I've told you. There's only...
I know how excited you get about Spear talk. Did you know that baby Spear is coming?
And I did not know this. But
Abu Dhabi is going to get a baby Spear.
Here's the thing, going back to the Clippers, for you Clippers fans. Look, you should have won it when you had Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan.
Mike just admitted there's Clippers fans.
They should have won it that year.
They should have. It's going to come together. If you watch the Clip NBA series on FX, you can understand why the mental strain on the team war.
And not just that, Micah. When you go back to the original Clippers, San Diego Clippers, okay, they were the worst team in basketball. It's okay. Like, I'm okay with it. But then you try to come to L.A., play inside the same arena as the Lakers, and then flip the court so it says Clippers. You're still playing in the Lakers' house. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I root for the Clippers.
So did you want the Clippers to wear their jerseys and play on the Lakers court?
Well, here's the thing. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. They have a brand new arena, Micah. And they're going to have to do a lot of trades. See if you can get Gilchrist Alexander in a trade. See if you can get an Anthony Edwards. You need a name. Like, you have Kawhi. I get it. He's hurt. They had Harden, Kawhi, Westbrook. How many more guys do you need over there, Micah?
This is fascinating to me real quick. Did the Clippers make a wrong move by not listening to the Warriors? They hate the Warriors. And did that cloud their judgment? Because the Warriors were about to send Kuminga or Moody and all of their draft capital to L.A. for Paul George. And I'm thinking all of that capital and one more asset next to James Harden would have been better than letting Paul George walk for free.
Yeah, well, Mike, I can't believe we're talking about the Clippers this slow.
We're talking about the Clippers for a while. I also wanted to get your thoughts real quick. Jack Hattrell, Regis Progress, that's today. There is some pugilism going on.
Yeah, and it's a good fight if you have time. Where's it on, ESPN?
It's going to be a DAZN one.
A DAZN one. Yeah, but it should be a good fight, Micah. And you're busy. I know you're working all over the place. Last night you're in another event, and I'm starting to see you everywhere.
Got BKFC we're going to be talking about next week. They're going to be LFA. UFC is right now. But before we go, we got to give some roses to someone. Seniesa Estrada, 26-0, undisputed women's strawweight world champion, retired. One last fact or fiction for you, Mike. Is she a top 5 women's pugilist all time?
Yeah, of course, Micah. But I don't want to say top 5 because there's a list. There's a list. Holly Holm to me is number 1. That's just me, right? Clarissa Shields. I can go on and on. Christy Martin, Mia St. John. I mean, I don't want to say top 5, Micah. You throw that out like it's top 5 ever.
Well, this is where I need my boxing expert to break it down for me. Is she top 10 ever? 26-0. Undisputed world champion. That's rarefied air.
It's impressive. It's impressive.
2-division world champion.
It's impressive. It's impressive.
Got to give her her roses on the way out the door. Thank you.
Here's the other thing. Joe Calzaghe, undefeated, great champion. Not once have I ever heard you say, hey, is Joe Calzaghe top 5?
When was the last time you fought?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Exactly. Well, this is Fact or Fiction. I'm trying to keep a current event status.
Always be current with current events. Always be current with current events. You like that, Sal? You see how that was like campaign style? Be current with current events. Don't forget Notre Dame Navy at 10 o'clock follows us right here. Micah, tell everybody where they can find you.
CageMinds.com is the website. Cage Minds Combat Sports News on Facebook and YouTube. It's at CageMinds_CSN across social media. So your Instagram, your Twitter, and your TikTok.
Sal behind the glass, thank you. It was a good interview with the alumnites.
Hair has never looked so thick. It is gorgeous. I was so tired of having thin and brittle hair. Ugh, and the shedding. So I figured I'd give Hair Volume a try. Needless to say, I'm thrilled with the results. Hey, where are you going?
I'm going to pick up some Hair Volume right now. My reunion's next month and I want my hair to look as good as yours.
Hair Volume is the best-selling hair tablet in the world and one of many award-winning natural health products from New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Scandinavia. Purchase at newnordicusa.com or your local Walgreens, Rite Aid, or CVS. Available as a tablet or delicious gummy. Help your hair look full, voluminous, and beautiful again at nordicUSA.com, Walgreens, Rite Aid, or CVS.
Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics, wants to reward you for everyday banking. CU1's high-yield checking offers the opportunity to earn highly competitive dividends when you make qualifying transactions each month. No monthly fees and no minimum or opening balance required. Plus, you'll be able to bank anytime and anywhere with 24/7 digital and mobile banking. Start making more of your money with Credit Union One. Open an account at cu1.com/high-yield-checking. Federally insured by NCUA. I'm Johnny Sober, back inside our network studios. Toe meets leather at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey between 12th-ranked Notre Dame and 24th-ranked Navy in a matter of mere moments. And that means it's time for Ryan Harris's Keys to the Game, brought to you by DirecTV.
Number one, run the football offensively. The way to be in third and manageable is to run the ball early and often. Navy is undersized. You have to impose your will on their defense. Next, get the touchdowns through the air. Pick up the blitz. Navy's going to give you every blitz look that you're ever going to see this entire season. Pick it up, make the throw. And then lastly, defensively, make the plays one-on-one. Make those one-on-one tackles. Beat your lineman if you're Howard Cross. Riley Mills had his greatest game last week. See if he can stack it up again. You got to win your one-on-one battles defensively. They do those three things, Johnny, and they are going to win today.
Today's Keys to the Game are brought to you by DirecTV, official partner of Notre Dame Athletics. Stream the Fighting Irish all season long on DirecTV without a satellite dish. After the break, kickoff in the 97th meeting all-time between Notre Dame and the U.S. Naval Academy. You're listening to Fighting Irish Football.
Hey, it's Adam with All American Stores. As a young kid listening and watching Notre Dame football, I never dreamed of having a commercial, let alone being the lead sponsor for Fighting Irish Football. Speaking of fighting, every day, All American is your home for fighting the morning with our amazing regular, French roast, and Highlander grog coffees from Lisa's Cafe. My wife and our team selected an amazing blend of specially formulated coffee beans. Not only is the coffee amazing, the story behind it all is even more amazing. Every one of our coffee beans are sourced from only the best of the best farmers that have exceeded our standards. These farmers aren't like Old MacDonald. Nah, these farmers offer their workers a livable wage, a roof over their family's head, food on the table, clinical health care, and even on-site education to their children. Every 2 beans come from a cherry and are professionally picked when perfect and ripe. It is a real fight, a really grueling process. When you drink our coffee, the world wins. All American stores, hometown owners, hometown staff, your hometown team. Here's to a great season. Let's go Irish.
College basketball fans, it's a night you won't forget.
Whitmore Robertson with the trigger. Counted for 3.
The Fighting Irish are coming to the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum to take on the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons. It's a charity basketball game to benefit Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northeast Indiana and the Boys and Girls Club of Fort Wayne.
Nothing but the bottom of the cup for Jalen Jackson.
Micah Shrewsbury and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish take on your Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons October 30th, 7 p.m. at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum.
Conchar slams it home! He drives the lane and finishes with the left-handed, one-handed flush!
The Fighting Irish are coming to the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum October 30th.
An experience brought to you by Star Financial Bank.
Tickets start for less than $12
through donsvsnd.com. donsvsnd.com.
The Mastodons and the Fighting Irish. Don't miss it.
This is Notre Dame football right here on Fort Wayne Sports Station. Live from the Hoopie Insurance Services Studios, this is WKKG Fort Wayne, 1340 AM, 100.9 FM. The Fan.
The following is a presentation of the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Notre Dame Stadium in South Bend, Indiana.
No place in the world is more famous for playing football.
I know the odds be great or small, old Notre Dame will win overall.
We're going inside it. Lets it rip towards the end zone. It's caught into the end zone.
We're going outside it.
Down the sideline, inside the 10.
We're going to keep him on the run.
That is intercepted.
Today, we're going to win.
Rolling to his right. He can run if he wants. He'll tuck it and do just that. Inside the 20, down the sideline, inside the 10. Goes all the way into the end zone for a touchdown.
It's time for Notre Dame football. Fighting Irish football is brought to you by Notre Dame partners Cannon Solutions America, Coca-Cola, and Under Armour. Now let's send it to the broadcast booth, along with Notre Dame football legend Ryan Harris, the voice of the Fighting Irish, Tony Simeone.
It is a beautiful day for football at MetLife Stadium, and a top 25 matchup is upon us as Notre Dame takes on the Naval Academy for the 97th time in these two storied programs' history. Hi, everybody. Tony Simeone alongside the Super Bowl champ, Ryan Harris. I got to say, Ryan, I'm excited to be in the building for one of these for the first time. All the pageantry that's already out here has me excited for another installment of this great matchup.
It's a phenomenal nod and tip of the cap to our armed services. Shout out to everybody in the armed services, not just the Navy, but many of our family members at Notre Dame have served as well. But to all those who serve and their families, thank you. We will never forget. And Tony, isn't it wild? Every single year, no matter what Notre Dame's record is, like the litmus test is Navy. Can you beat Navy? Can you get over Navy? What did you look like against Navy? And that's really a testament to what the naval program has been for 97 meetings between these teams, that it doesn't matter your record. You have to come with a different mindset. And I'll tell you from being in this game, Tony, this game changes the Notre Dame players for the rest of their life. You think you're willing to succeed? You think you're willing to go against the odds? Well, you haven't seen it like Navy will do it for 4 straight quarters or more.
It is amazing how much angst and uncertainty there is going into this game, considering Notre Dame is 82-13-1 all time, but you're someone that's played in it. We talk to guys that are going to play in it, talk to former players, coaches. They all know this is one of the hardest games to navigate throughout the year. Stack that on top of the fact that Navy this year is 6-0, undefeated, averaging almost 45 points per game. This feels like one of the harder Navy games they're ever going to play in recent memory.
Absolutely right, Tony. And one of the things about Navy that's made them great this year is their third-year starter, Blake Horvath, at quarterback. He could start on many teams in college football. Now, a little undersized at 6'2", but he makes some throws. And he's got Alex Tszyu there as his fullback, tight end, running back, wide receiver. I mean, Navy is going to play the entire field. And it's something that a lot of people don't. A lot of NFL coaches watch this game.
Yeah.
Because a lot of what Navy will do is textbook football. But what's different is they're going to find whatever blitz you didn't pick up as an offensive team and work on. And they're going to run it and run it and run it until you stop it. Defensively, they're going to find whatever. Well, I mean, offensively for them, they're going to find whatever play you didn't work on, and they're going to keep running it and running it and running it. So you add the situations to it. That's what makes Navy so tough to beat. And as a player, you step against the line of scrimmage as a lineman. I remember they kept talking about Navy. I'm like, what are you talking? Okay, I got to get ready. And I got to the field. The guy looks smaller than you. I'm like, no way. But this guy went for, you block him, he's going to spin out and go after the quarterback again. You block him in the run game, he's going to spin out and try and make a tackle. I mean, the effort by Navy is so consistent. It's something that really forces focus by the opposing team.
Relentless is the word that comes to mind. Navy has just run on the field. Notre Dame has joined them here as we are under 3 minutes until kickoff between the Irish and the midshipmen. I'm going to throw a number at you just to help those listening at home understand how different this Navy team is from maybe the Navy team you're used to in the past. We mentioned the near 45 points per game. They are hitting deep balls left and right. They have 8 different players on this roster, Ryan, that have a long gain this year of 40 yards or more. 8 different players. For context, Notre Dame only has 4 players that have a long pass, reception, or run of 40-plus. So they've been hitting deep balls. They scored 51 points last week. Now, again, they're going to play the best defense they've seen all year today in Notre Dame, but there is a different level of firepower the Irish have to be on the lookout for today.
And one of the stats, too, that you got in there is 21 for 21 in the red zone at one point until last week. So, I mean, this team scores points when they get to the red zone. So what Notre Dame has to do offensively, you have to score every drive. And I say every drive because you might have 7. Hopefully you have 15 like a regular game. But against Navy, who will go for it on 60% of the fourth downs, you're going to get 4 possessions. And you have to score every time to win the game.
To your point on red zone, they are 23 for 23 scoring points when they get in the red zone. 22 for 23 scoring touchdowns.
Yes.
When they get in the red zone, they put it in for 6.
Yes. Just like we want Navy to do, right? I mean, that's the thing. It is such a weird game because like you're so happy for the willingness. You're like, yeah, it makes you more proud about America and those who choose to serve because you see the willingness. Like, oh, man, they're going against this. They got
All right, gentlemen, we got a beautiful day for football.
Here's Marcus Woods.
Welcome the Secretary of the Navy, Carlos Del Toro. He's going to be here with us. Notre Dame, you are the visiting team. What is your call?
Tails.
Tails is a call. Sir, would you please flip the coin?
God bless you all.
It's heads. You won the toss. You're going to defer. You want the ball. Which way you want to kick?
I want to kick this way.
All right, so move your backs to there. You guys move back. Navy has won the toss and elected to defer that choice to the second half. Notre Dame will receive.
Well, Irish fans, it's game time. So time to raise your pint of Guinness and toast as the Irish take the field against the midshipmen. This season and for years to come, the Brewing Irish are proud to toast to the Fighting Irish. Cheers, Tony.
Sláinte, Ryan. And remember, please drink responsibly. Guinness, official beer of Notre Dame alumni and fans, Diageo Beer Company, New York, New York.
Now, one thing I want to mention, too, this game is at MetLife Stadium. And for the players, it sounds like an NFL stadium. It's constructed to bring the sound back to the field, and all the music sounds like you're on Sunday Night Football. So not only are you playing against the toughest mentality of an opponent that you're going to face all year, you're also doing it in a stadium where you're seeing your dreams and literally hearing them on the field as you're like, oh, this is what it's going to be like in a few years.
Navy is the home team. They're wearing their all-Navy outfits. Blue tops, blue bottoms, the gold trim, and the gold helmets.
Playing Top Gun on the way out. How sweet is that?
It's a great touch here at MetLife Stadium. Notre Dame is in their road traditional uniforms. They've had a few different combinations going this year. This is what you expect to see from Notre Dame. White tops, the gold pants, blue numbers with the gold trim, and those sparkling golden domes. Ryan, we are 8 for 8 on good weather games this year. Ooh. A nice touch to see that glisten on top of all the helmets today.
A little cool, brisk fall air, and it's always fun to come out to New York City, too. The Notre Dame alumni, man, it's almost like they don't have enough time to make it back to South Bend, Tony, but they're thrilled to be able to celebrate the Irish when they come to New York, as they will be in a couple of weeks.
Lance Gossett is out there to kick for Navy. Ball is on a tee at the 35-yard line on the right half of the field. Navy is kicking right to left. Notre Dame is set to receive. Irish are 6-1, 12th in the country. Navy undefeated. They are 24th in the country. First top 25 matchup between these two teams since 2019. Ball was on a tee. It was ready to go. And then the wind knocked it over.
Kickers stop everything if it's not perfect.
It's more TV time, as you always point out. All right, Gossett's ready. Take two. Runs up to it, drives it, and we're underway at MetLife Stadium. 97th meeting between Notre Dame and Navy. Fair catch from Jordan Faison at the 3 will be a touchback, and here we go. Notre Dame's offense will take the field. We talked about it even last week, Ryan. Possessions are at a premium in games like this against Navy. You got to start right away.
And what I would do is hurry up, because you don't know how many possessions you're going to have. You need production on first down. But I'm pitching the ball to the edges. I'm forcing Navy to run. I'm forcing them to think about different things. And then in the second quarter, I'm coming downhill at them. So a lot of options for Mike Denbrock, the offensive coordinator. But if you're the Irish, you have to score.
Riley Leonard, last week, really good with the exception of one ball that he threw that was picked off on a deep route to Beaux Collins. Was 20 for 29, 203 yards. Also ran it 10 times for 51. Irish moving left to right. It's a pistol formation. Jeremiyah Love motions to his right. 2 receivers each way. Quick bubble screen right. First play of the game is a catch by Chris Mitchell, who takes it at the 25. Runs up to the 29 for a 4-yard pickup.
Colin Ramos with the tackle. Just a textbook shoulder to ribcage tackle. And that's another aspect of the game that fans miss when Notre Dame plays Navy. Navy's going to hit you in the perfect spot every time. They are attention to detail in the highest sense.
How about this note? Left guard is Billy Schrouth, back after the injury. Suffered at Purdue. Great to see Schrouth back at left guard. Was playing really well before he went down. Shotgun snap on 2nd and 6. Leonard clean pocket, finds Mitchell Evans out across the 35, then rumbles beyond the 40 all the way to the 42-yard line. It's a 13-yard pickup and an Irish first down.
Excellent protection by the offensive line. Pat Coogan extended his arms, had his defensive tackle basically at the line of scrimmage. The tackles were fantastic. Plenty of time for Riley Leonard to find the open receiver.
So first down and 10. Notre Dame on the move. Opening drive left to right. Leonard out of the shotgun with Love to his right.
Got defensive end offsides here.
Motions Evans left. Now they hand it off to Love. Puts his head down. Runs through one tackle at the 45. Kyle Jacob takes him down at the 46.5-yard line. Call it 4.5, 5 yards on first down.
And Marcus Freeman saw what I saw. The defensive ends, sometimes veteran defensive ends, are going to cheat that line of scrimmage until they get warned by the referee, and that's exactly what's going on right now. And there by Notre Dame, an excellent job of Jeremiyah Love just finding the crease to get the yards.
95 seconds gone. 13:25 left in the opening quarter. Opening drive for Notre Dame. Shotgun snap for Leonard again. Hands it off to Love. Blown up in the backfield. Nowhere to go. Taken down for a loss of a couple. He was hit first by Luke Pierce. Loss of 2. Drops the Irish back to their own 45. And here comes their first third down of the game. It'll be 3rd and 7.
And the problem for Notre Dame has been picking up movement on the defensive line for the offensive line. And that's something that you have to, at this point in the season, be aware, if you're the left guard and the left tackle, that they're going to get some movement. And Notre Dame there just was not ready.
You talked about Notre Dame on third down in the pregame, Ryan. Just 38% so far this year.
Chris Mitchell's wide open, man-to-man to the lower right.
Notre Dame moving left to right. They need the Navy 48 to pick up the first. Shotgun snap for Leonard. Clean pocket. Steps up. Takes a shot. Down the seam. It's caught by Jaden Greathouse at the Navy 30. Tripped up inside the 20. Dragged down all the way inside the 15-yard line. Mabidi Williams Jr. saves a touchdown after a 42-yard pickup for Jaden Greathouse.
And Jaden Greathouse gave a shoulder shake to the sideline and went inside. Had the defensive player turned around, and Deshaun Peel was unable to recover, making it back to try and catch him. But excellent play and conversion there for Notre Dame.
3 catches for 43 yards last week for Greathouse. His first one goes for 42 today. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Leonard. Play fake. Throws far sideline. Beaux Collins reels it in along the Navy sideline, far side of the field at the 7-yard line. It'll be a 5-yard pickup.
And Beaux Collins with some excellent footwork to prove that not only did he make the catch with his outstretched hands to where only he could catch it because of a fantastic ball by Riley Leonard, a little toe-tapping shorty, as they call him, getting out of the end zone, getting out of the sidelines, making sure he caught the ball.
Irish on the doorstep. 2nd and 5 from the Navy 7. Shotgun for Leonard. 2 receivers right now. Motions Collins left. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Jeremiah Love. Head down at the 5. Runs through a tackle to the 4. Kenneth McShann, the first one to meet him. 3-yard pickup. It's going to set up 3rd down and 2 from the 4-yard line.
One of the best offensive drives to start a game that Notre Dame has had all year. They are here to play. They're physical, and they are firing with detail.
4 minutes into the opening quarter between Notre Dame and Navy. 11 minutes to go. Opening drive. Notre Dame has 3rd down and 2. Ball right between the hashes for Leonard. Motions Collins right to left. Loves the pistol back behind Leonard. He takes the snap, gives it to Love, dives forward. I think he's got enough for the first down. He does. Gets across the 2, all the way to the 1. He's shy of the goal line, but 1st and goal's coming for Notre Dame.
2 things phenomenal. 1, the attention to detail. They're back on the ball.
Wow, on the ball quickly. Leonard wants to try to quarterback sneak, looking for the goal line. Gets a push from behind, and Riley Leonard is in. It's a Notre Dame touchdown, and for Leonard, it's his 11th rushing touchdown of the season.
Excellent job of getting to the line of scrimmage, calling the play quickly. They caught Navy unaware. That is so incredibly hard to do. Phenomenal job by Riley Leonard. Immediately after Jeremiah Love was tackled on the last play, he's pushing his linemen to the line of scrimmage, patting them down to get them down in their stance in a quick count. What an excellent execution of the operation by Notre Dame.
An ideal opening drive for Notre Dame as Zach Yoakum still kicking out for the extra point. The 2nd consecutive game that Mitch Jeter's been unavailable after going out early in the Stanford game. Clean snap, clean hold. The kick from Yoakum is good.
Yeah, Yokes.
Perfect start for Notre Dame. They lead 7-0 after the extra point. The drive goes 9 plays, 74 yards, and after 4:32 come off the clock, Notre Dame leads by a touchdown. It's the Irish 7, the midshipmen nothing. You're listening to the Notre Dame Radio Network. Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics, wants to reward you for everyday banking. CU1's high-yield checking offers the opportunity to earn highly competitive dividends when you make qualifying transactions each month. No monthly fees and no minimum or opening balance required. Plus, you'll be able to bank anytime and anywhere with 24/7 digital and mobile banking. Start making more of your money with Credit Union One. Open an account at cu1.com/high-yield-checking. Federally insured by NCUA.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SiriusXM College Sports Radio, there's complete coverage of every major conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 24.
Notre Dame leads Navy 7-0 with 10:28 remaining in the opening quarter. Irish score a touchdown on their opening drive, and Navy is set to get the ball back. DirecTV is proud to be an official partner of Notre Dame Athletics. Stream the Fighting Irish all season long on DirecTV without a satellite dish. Tony Simeone alongside the Super Bowl champ Ryan Harris. 9 plays, 75 yards, 4:32 come off the clock. Leonard punches it in for his 11th rushing touchdown of the year. That puts him 1 ahead of Blake Horvath, who we're going to see here in a second, the Navy quarterback. They were both 3rd in the country in rushing touchdowns amongst quarterbacks, but something you and other Notre Dame faithful and fans have been looking for is Leonard to move the ball through the air. 4 for 4, 64 passing yards on that drive for Leonard is what really stands out to me, Ryan.
And the throw to Jaden Greathouse was huge. Just sitting in the pocket, knowing the blitz is coming, trusting your offensive line, And then Jaden Greathouse with a phenomenal route to create the separation. Jaden Greathouse could be one of the best receivers in the nation if given the opportunity. And this is the kind of connection that will build confidence for not only the rest of this game, but for the rest of the season.
42-yard reception for Greathouse is his longest of the year. Notre Dame was also a perfect 2 of 2 on third down on that drive. So they're off to a great start. But the real test is coming here in about a minute of real time or so when this Navy unique triple option wing tee, the whole new look will be out on the field for Notre Dame to sort out. Eric Goins has got it on the tee, kicking left to right, high. End over end kick, traveling towards the end zone. It'll be fielded a yard into the end zone and brought back out. Not a good idea. Only gets out to the 12-yard line. Isaiah Bryant tripped up. Great work on special teams that time. Notre Dame was crashing down in coverage. That might have been... Who had that tackle? That might have been Preston Zinter in coverage down there, Ryan, making a great play on special teams.
And making you work early in this game. Come on. But you know what I love? That Notre Dame, personnel-wise, coaches are putting different personnel in there. Joshua Burnham's out here starting, and personnel is really something that in the college game you got to be excellent at. And how about this? Leonard Moore, the corner, playing on the line of scrimmage. I love it.
Keep an eye on everything. Here we go. Navy at their own 11 is where this one starts. One receiver and a normal triple option look. Horvath takes it himself, running left. He's met by Xavier Watts. 3-yard pickup on first down.
Navy just with their patented triple option to the left. And if you're looking out for one thing, and if you're Notre Dame's defensive line, everybody's worried about getting cut. But if you fire off and hit somebody before they can go to the ground, It creates a pile.
Horvath averaging 103 rushing yards per game. It's over 600 on the season. He's back under center. Takes the snap on 2nd and 7. They run left. A handoff. A couple of yards this time picked up by Eli Heidenreich. Won't be enough for a first down. He has it out to the 17. 3rd down and 4 upcoming after a Don Schuler makes the tackle.
And Navy will go for it on 4th down, but rarely will they do it when they're behind their own 20. So huge opportunity right here for Notre Dame defensively to get off the field and start communicating about what's happening. And one of the things that Navy's doing is they're going to the line of scrimmage with 2 possible plays and communicating it based on the defense of Notre Dame.
3rd and 4. Horvath was under center. Here you go. Here's the wrinkle. Steps back into the shotgun, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. 1 back to his right as well. Horvath takes a low snap, looks right, throws right, it's caught. One-on-one coverage that time. Christian Gray couldn't close in time. It's all the way out to the 24-yard line. Pass was caught that time for a Navy first down.
And Navy just operating the way they do, patient, methodical, doing what they want at the line of scrimmage.
First down and 10, fresh set for the midshipmen, moving right to left at their own 24 now, a little bit more breathing room from beyond the shadow of their own goal line.
I really love that Navy's coaches are letting the offense get to the line of scrimmage and putting it in Blake Horvath's hand to call the right play.
Horvath under center with the play clock at 7. Turns, rolls left, now pitches it right on an option. Gets it out across the 25. Jack Kaiser is able to make the tackle after Alex Teska, the guy you highlighted in the broadcast open, Ryan, gets the carry for a couple.
And just a phenomenal play. Blake Horvath turns 360 degrees, turns all the way over his left shoulder to run right. I mean, so tough to defend, and Notre Dame right there to make the tackle as he pitched it to Teska.
These are the first reps against the option for a few young defensive linemen, linebackers, and radio play-by-play men. 2nd and 7. Horvath in the shotgun here. Now he motions Teska into the backfield. He's going to hand it to him, running up the middle. Stays on his feet. Wow, look at him churn the legs. Was hit at the 30-yard line by Kaiser, but wouldn't stop. Takes it all the way to the 34 for a first down. That's that relentless drive you've alluded to throughout the week, Ryan.
And Teska coming in motion, and Drake Bowen had to make a one-on-one tackle. The problem, Bowen waited for Teska to come to him. You have got to meet force at the line of scrimmage. So there, Drake Bowen's coaching point is going to be, don't wait for that ball carrier to come to you. You see it, go hit it.
At their own 34, fresh set of downs, 1st and 10. Teska scored a touchdown on each of their first 3 drives last week. They pitch it right. Ball's out. Loose on the far sideline. Picked up by Notre Dame. Down the far sideline, inside the 10. Don Schuler has the loose football and Notre Dame is in business.
Wow! What a turn of events. The fumble happened on the pitch to Tszyu, and Junior Tszyu Halamaka landing on Tszyu, making the tackle, didn't allow him to get on the football, and then Don Schuler in the perfect spot, scoops, gets back in bounds a little more to make sure he can gain some more yards, and what a play to set up Notre Dame for first and goal with a 7-point lead in the first quarter.
Navy's kicking themselves. Tszyu just dropped the pitch play. Rather routine pitch. Schuler, who had a pick six last week, scoops up the loose ball this time, runs it back 27 yards, and now it's first and goal for the Irish offense.
Maybe the Irish need a little more games in the morning like this, or 12 p.m. Eastern.
They have started it fast. Price is the back to Riley Leonard's left. Shotgun snap. Price gets the handoff. Up the middle, cuts it across the 5, lowers his shoulder to get all the way down to the 3. 4-yard pickup and second and goal will come from the 3-yard line.
That was the first turnover by Navy's offense since August 31st against Bucknell. And it happened because Tezka's looking out for the defender coming to tackle him, Junior Tszyu Halamaka. Notre Dame has been so sound with their technique. It has been phenomenal.
Leonard moving personnel quickly. Pistol formation, wants the snap for Price. Gives it to him, running left, lunging for the goal line. He's short. Gets to the 1. Picks up 2. Third down and goal will be coming on the doorstep. And again, Leonard's right back on the football. Under center, snuck it last time. This time runs right, lunging for the goal line again. A flag comes out. Leonard's in for the touchdown for now.
Might be encroachment on the defense. And it could also be contact to the head, as Riley Leonard, when he was going in the end zone, had an arm go right against his helmet. And Riley Leonard's celebrating, so it must be against Navy.
Marcus Woods and a couple of officials talking, but the offense is already running to the sideline. They think this is going to be 13-0 Notre Dame.
Well, it's one of the good things when you're on the field, you can hear what the refs are saying. You know, you don't have to wait like everybody on TV.
We're having a long conversation for something that Riley Leonard is so sure is a touchdown.
Well, the referees might be trying to catch their breath. They haven't gotten to stop it all.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense. Not all 11 players got set. 5-yard penalty, third down.
Well, who was it on then? That's what you know, which player wasn't set? I think the mic's open now again.
Wow, Riley Leonard deceived us all.
Yeah. Now, can you get those emotions down and go score again?
Well, that's a huge call because it's going to be third and goal from the 6 now, Ryan.
Well, if they're replaying the down, though, that should be second down, right?
Third down. It was because remember they came up just shy, and Leonard tried to sneak it in for the second straight time. And now they're huddled up on the sideline. Marcus Freeman is talking to Marcus Woods, the referee.
Well, and they got to be careful here. The referees should. They got 25 seconds on the game clock, but they have to be aware of when that referee blows the whistle so that they're in there on time, and here comes the whistle by the referee.
Yeah, they're taking their time. They're all huddled around Mike Denbrock at the 25-yard line. They've rolled the clock. It's at 20 as they jog on the field. They're not going to reset it if they ask for it here. You're right, Ryan. You better be on the lookout here. Play clock's all the way down to 10 as Notre Dame still saunters to the line.
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing. They're waiting for the referee, I think, and he already blew the whistle.
3 seconds on the play clock for Leonard. Play clock's at 1. Now it's at 0. This is going to be delay of game. They don't blow the flag. Third down and goal. Leonard fires. End zone. Touchdown. Chris Mitchell catches it in the end zone, and Notre Dame leads 13-0. But that play clock expired. Navy is apoplectic on their sideline. They think it should be delay a game.
Unnecessary operations to start. On the touchdown, though, excellent protection by the offensive line, and Chris Mitchell scot-free in the end zone. Fantastic vision by Riley Leonard, and they got away with one, Tony.
That snap came 2 seconds after the play clock expired. Yoakum's extra point is good. Notre Dame leads 14-0 in what is turning out to be a chaotic opening quarter. 5 minutes and 44 seconds are left, and the Irish lead already by 2 touchdowns. It's Notre Dame 14, Navy nothing. You're listening to Fighting Irish Football.
Your love gives me such a thrill, but your love don't pay my bills.
Listen, if you've been hurt in a car crash, you might be confused about outstanding medical bills, lost wages, and stingy insurance offers. Shaw Law's goal is to make you the most money you deserve quickly and easily. I'm JJ Shaw, attorney at law here in Fort Wayne, and for over the last 35 years, we have developed an easy and different way to get you the money you deserve. Don't have time to drive in and sign up? One phone call to Shaw Law and we can start working on your case in under 7 minutes. Want to meet from home? We accept texts, phone calls, FaceTime, Zoom meetings, whenever it is convenient for your schedule. And if you do want to meet, we have an easy downtown location right across from Parkview Field. And remember this easy fact, over 90% of our clients settle their case without ever seeing the inside of a courtroom. We never charge a fee up front. We do better only when you do better. Call or text now to our easy phone number, 260-ALL-7s. That's 260-777-7777. Shaw Law. We make it easy.
Money don't get everything, it's true.
Get ready for your next winter adventure, if you can call it that, with a clean windshield. At your local Auto Value store, you'll find everything you need to scrape snow or frost off your windshield. And on sale right now, Prestone Windshield De-Icer Spray is just $6.79. Stock up on winter snow brushes and scrapers, too. Make your first step to a clean windshield at your Auto Value parts store, or shop at myautovaluestore.com and pick up at your local store. Auto Value. We have you covered this winter.
This is Notre Dame football right here on Fort Wayne Sports Station.
Notre Dame leads 14-0 over Navy with 5:44 to go in the opening quarter. Tony Simeone alongside the Super Bowl champ Ryan Harris. Tackle game day with the great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. Is it the best Coke ever? You try and decide.
I did try it. It's pretty good.
You did try it.
And I'm a classic Coca-Cola guy.
Oh.
So, I don't even venture into the world of Diet Cokes and things like Coke Zero's. It's pretty good.
You know what?
I
feel like it's evolved over the years.
Yes.
When it first came out, it kind of shocked you. I don't know if they changed the formula. But Coke Zero, excellent product. I drink it. We have it actually available on our Wake Up the Echo set every week. It's great.
That's why you're so skinny.
Adon Schuler recovers the fumble. Then Notre Dame only needs 3 plays, 7 yards. The 6-yard pass for the touchdown goes to Chris Mitchell. It's all positive on the scoreboard, Ryan, but I want to just go back to that situation that we were talking about. Those are the little things that Notre Dame, in your eyes, and I think mine too, they have to clean up if they want to be a contender in the postseason, because that was almost taking the ball from the goal line to 3rd and goal at the 10 with 2 unnecessary penalties in close.
Well, and because I have a championship experience and expectation, these things cannot happen. And what really happened in that operation, you were not set for the first touchdown, right? So that's 7 points that a penalty cost you. And because you weren't aware of the fact that they had blown the whistle, and after a penalty you get 25 seconds, you're literally standing around for 10 seconds and should have had that touchdown called back and a penalty due to delay of game. So the operation is unacceptable. The score is fantastic. And if you want to win a championship and you're Notre Dame, those are 2 unacceptable operational things that you are in control of that cannot happen.
Yeah, they almost had a delay of game after a lengthy penalty, as this kick will not be returned. Last time Navy only got out to their 12. They wisely take a fair catch. Isaiah Bryant, who is in the top 20 in the country in return yards per kick return, learned a tough lesson on that last return when he only got to the 12. Now Navy will start at their own 25. This feels like a really important drive for the midshipmen to just steady things right now. It has not gone well for them here in quarter number 1.
Well, and for the midshipmen, they have to respond. I mean, they make a mistake that's uncharacteristic. Can you stay together as a team? And one of the things when teams are having success, you face a little adversity and people start pointing fingers. You got to encourage the people who fail on your team, no matter if you're on the football field or in the boardroom.
So Navy starts at their own 25. Shotgun. Here's a reverse. Back to Horvath. They're looking to throw down the far sideline. Teska caught it at midfield. A double reverse pass goes for 30-plus. And Navy's into Notre Dame territory. Jack Kaiser saves what could have been a touchdown.
And Teska comes out like he's going to run the football and sets his feet like he's going to block, which squares the feet of Adon Schuler. And that's all Teska needed to get free up the sideline.
You got to love it. I mean, you don't like that the big gain goes against Notre Dame, but that kind of play calling is what Navy has had in their back pocket all year, and it is fun to watch when it's executed. First down and 10 from the 43. They'll run it. Tszyu across the 40, puts his head down, trying to avenge that fumble. Doing a good job so far as he takes it to the 39-yard line. 4-yard pickup is stopped by Adon Schuler.
Well, and I love that Brian Newberry, the head coach for Navy, just keeps calling Teszka's number. Hey, you dropped the pitch? Doesn't matter. We need you. You're a leader. We're going to give you 2 plays right off the bat so you can get us back in scoring position.
And he's too much of a weapon for them. Over 50 rushing yards per game. Now they drop into the shotgun here. Horvath with 3 receivers left, 1 right on 2nd down and 6. 4.5 minutes left in the opening quarter. They motion the receiver from the right for a sweep. It's a run. Flag behind the plays. It's inside the 35. It would be enough for a first down, but this flag in an ominous territory of the field for Navy.
Personal foul. Chop block. Offense. Number 62 and number 65. 15-yard penalty. It'll be 2nd down.
And a chop block is what happens when one player engages below on the knees and another player engages on top. You cannot do that because major injuries happen, careers end, and just a little nuance that Navy, with all their cut blocks, they just got to make sure that you don't cut somebody when the hands of your teammate are on them up top.
You heard they got 2 that time. The center, Brent Self, the right tackle, Javon Boughton. So it's going to back them up 2nd and 21. Now they're on their own 46. A more traditional formation, triple option behind Horvath. They fumble it again in the backfield. It's loose at the 45, and Notre Dame has the football. Junior Tszyu Alamaka pounces on another Navy giveaway.
Fumble happened on the mesh, and Junior Tszyu Alamaka, because he had penetration, beating his one-on-one blocker, he was right there to fall on the football before Blake Horvath could. What a play for Junior Tszyu Alamaka, who started, who is now coming in backups, and now playing in this game as a starter, making a huge play. That kind of character will help for you the rest of the season. Notre Dame
Off to a dominant first quarter start. 4 minutes and 8 seconds to go. They have the football back and they lead 14-0 over Navy on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Cannon Solutions America is proud to sponsor Notre Dame football. Is your business falling short of the goal line? Let us give you that extra push forward. As an MVP in managed services, we provide professional support to help drive your success. By crafting winning workflows with state-of-the-art Cannon technology, we can support you in tackling your greatest document management challenges. Want to learn more? Visit csa.cannon.com/GMS. That's csa.cannon.com/GMS.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
Your old tires are not good to go if they won't stop. New tires stop 90 feet ahead of worn tires. Your Bell Tire Pit Crew's got you. Right now, save up to $200 with rebates on a set of 4 Goodyears. Plus, get the entire life, our free maintenance package with alignment checks and more to help get more miles per tire. Take a chance you can't afford to or spend money you don't want to. Don't choose. Don't gamble. Don't wait. Get the lowest tire price period now at Bell Tire. See BellTire.com.
Notre Dame leads 14-0 over Navy with 4 minutes and 8 seconds left in the opening quarter. They just recovered a fumble and will have the ball at the Navy 44-yard line. It's football season, and Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food, whatever you're craving. From 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats has game day covered with undefeated deals all season, Ryan.
I'm a big proponent of Uber Eats. Good job, Uber Eats, getting on a broadcast where a lineman's here to extol the virtues of being able to order food and introduce yourself to new restaurants in the area. It's how I introduced myself to Dave's Hot Chicken. Uber Eats had that. Phenomenal. And So crazy that you can get food delivered. And as broadcasters, we use it all the time.
Broadcasters, I know with you, a father, sometimes you can't get the whole family to get out the house and go.
Yep.
You can't cook.
Don't want to do the dishes.
We have a million things to do at home. Let's Uber Eats the food in for us.
Uber Eats, an efficiency tool for success, no doubt.
Yeah, as the father of a 4-month-old, we're learning on the fly here that, sometimes you got to bring the food to you.
Yeah, sometimes you forget about dinner. And I know that people say, how can you do that? You clearly don't have kids. A couple of diapers and a crying session, and all of a sudden it's 6 o'clock.
All right, Navy has had a rough go of it here in the opening quarter. They have 2 unforced fumbles on a pitch and then on a handoff attempt. They have not looked like the crisp, clean offensive juggernaut they've been throughout the year. Notre Dame has capitalized as well, recovering both fumbles, and they have a chance to lay it on thick here in the opening quarter.
And I'd take a shot right here on first or second down just to loosen that defense up.
4-receiver set for Leonard. He might do just that. Instead, it's a screen to Jeremiah Love, left side of the field. Caught behind the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of a couple. Colin Ramos, first one to get there, drives him back to the 46. It is a loss of 2.
And now I'm going to a play-action pass for a deep shot because Navy, as soon as the throw, that first motion, Navy's defense is selling out because they know Notre Dame hasn't had a lot of play-action pass this year, so their defense is just hunting as soon as they get a read. So time for Notre Dame to mix it up a little bit.
Notre Dame moving left to right here in quarter number 1. 3:35 left. They lead 14-0 over Navy. Shotgun for Leonard. Takes the snap. Play fakes. Looks left. Now he's going to tuck it and run, and he has some room. Out across the 40. Cuts it back to the 30. And he's tripped up at the 29-yard line. Andrew Duhart takes him down, but not after a 17-yard pickup and scramble for Riley Leonard.
Phenomenal block by the tight end, Eli Raridan, and then again, Jeremiah Love with the same shoulder, same foot strike against the midshipmen to widen the hole for Riley Leonard.
He's been unbelievable as a lead blocker the last couple of weeks.
You got to have your same shoulder, same leg, Tony.
First down and 10. Shotgun snap for Leonard. Flushed out of the pocket, rolling right along the near sideline. He runs again and pops out of bounds. Avoids a big hit as well. Scampers out of the 21 after an 8-yard pickup.
Well, they're giving him more than that. Oh, no, there you go. Okay, I was like, oh, they're giving him a little extra.
He hopped out just in time at the 21, just shy of the red zone, as Notre Dame's looking for their third first-quarter touchdown. Leonard so far, Ryan, 6 for 6, 68 yards, a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown.
I don't know what the referee was doing standing between the football there.
2nd and 2. Love is to Leonard's right. They get it out quick. Jaden Thomas brings it in for a first down. Good hands along the sideline at the 16-yard line. Was able to beat Deshaun Peel in one-on-one coverage.
An excellent job getting to the first down. That was actually a run play, but Riley Leonard liked the off coverage, so he threw the ball quickly and on target.
2 catches last week for Thomas. He has been someone that Leonard goes to for those kind of short intermediate routes he wants to pick up first downs with. Irish in the red zone here. Pistol set with Love behind Leonard. Takes the snap. Gives it to Love. Running, stutter stepping behind his line. Able to navigate across the 5-yard line. Beg your pardon, 15-yard line. And he's down to the 13.
Right now, everything's working for Notre Dame. I'd call another run play. You want to make sure your defense has plenty of time to talk about. And Al Washington still talking to his defensive line from the last possession that Navy had. Give your defense time and give them some benefit by scoring on this drive.
2nd and 7 for Notre Dame at the Navy 13. Shotgun snap for Leonard. Looks right, now looks left. Back right, throwing. Corner end zone for Thomas. Broken up. Good recovery by Deshaun Peel. He was battling him again, and he knocked it away.
A phenomenal job, though. Notre Dame used a different snap count, and Navy actually jumped, and then Pat Coogan wisely snaps the ball, but they didn't call Navy for being offsides. That was a head-scratcher. Marcus Freeman was in the ear of the referee immediately, and so was Riley Leonard saying, what happened there?
So it's 3rd and 7 for Notre Dame. Moving left to right here in the opening quarter. They're a perfect 3 for 3 on 3rd down. Devin Ford is the 3rd down back. Mitchell Evans, the tight end, split to the left. 2 receivers left as well.
Solid left means the tight end staying in.
Shotgun for Leonard. Takes the snap. Clean pocket. Has all day. Now he's rolling around. Runs into his own man. And he's bottled up and taken down. Relentless pursuit by Navy. Leonard couldn't get free, and it'll force a field goal try.
And Leonard kind of panicked in the pocket, literally ran into two of his own linemen. So just a strange occurrence. And Riley Leonard wasn't ready based on the look to throw where he wanted to. Didn't survey the field well enough. You'll still get a field goal, and what a wasted opportunity.
Ball spotted between the hashes. Here's Zach Yoakum. He made from 42 last week, missed from 46. This is a 36-yard field goal try. Yoakum kicking left to right. The kick is on its way, and the kick is no good.
It's all Navy needed, a crack in the door, and Notre Dame has given it to them.
Wide left for Yoakum, which makes him now 1 for 3 kicking field goals. Perfect on extra points. He just tugged it left.
It looked like his foot hit the ground a little bit before it hit the ball on the replay.
Well, you're right, Ryan. It felt like Notre Dame was marching their way down for a third first-quarter touchdown to go up possibly 21-0 before they switch sides of the field. Now Navy gets to come out, and they have to be thinking, if we just get the next score, we've got the ball to start the second half. We're right in this thing.
Yep.
51 seconds left, and they get the ball at their own 20-yard line. Spotted near hash. Shotgun formation for Horvath. Fakes a pitch right, now throws back to the left on a wide receiver screen. It's caught by Heidenreich. And then he runs it out to the 26. It's a 6-yard pitching catch. Leonard Moore in on the tackle for Notre Dame.
A fantastic plays call. Screens on first downs often work, especially against a defense who's building confidence against what you're doing, because everybody's going to step forward and be trying to come downhill. So screen on first down, excellent play call by Navy.
2nd down and 4 after the 6-yard pickup. Horvath under center, fakes the fullback give, keeps it himself. Tszyu able to wrap him up, spins him down to the turf, but not after a first down. He gets out to the 31-yard line to move the chains, and that'll likely be the final play of the quarter.
Excellent quarter by Notre Dame offensively, especially on that first drive. Kind of sputtered at the end of the final drive, the third one of the game, but Notre Dame's playing and firing on all cylinders.
Navy will have the football at their own 31 and a fresh set of downs when they start the second quarter here at MetLife Stadium. Irish off to a great start. They lead the midshipmen 14-0 after 1 quarter of play. We'll return after this message on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Notre Dame Athletics was compensated for this endorsement and is not a current client of Howard Bailey. For more information, visit howardbailey.com/ND disclosure.
All right, team, huddle up. Whether you're in the red zone or still at the 50-yard line, it's time to call a play, and we can help. Howard Bailey Financial is the official wealth management partner of Notre Dame Athletics. Download our free resource right now for insight on taxes, Social Security, and more. Text HUDDLE to 888-262-1104. That's HUDDLE to 888-262-1104.
It's better over here. If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has an exclusive rate plan just for you. Right now, get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings versus Verizon and AT&T. Plus, you can get one of the latest 5G phones free when you add a line. That's right, a free 5G phone. Experience all this and more on America's largest 5G network. So why wait? At T-Mobile, customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Just go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 or visit your local store to make the switch.
With AutoPay using debit or bank account plus taxes and fees, 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Free phones up to $300 off with 24 monthly bill credits and qualifying new line for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Contact us before canceling entire account to continue remaining bill credits. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See details at T-Mobile.com.
Pocket, steps up, takes a shot down the seam. It's caught by Jaden Greathouse at the Navy 30. Tripped up inside the 20, dragged down all the way inside the 15-yard line. Mabidi Williams Jr. saves a touchdown after a 42-yard pickup for Jaden Greathouse.
I'm Johnny Soper, back live inside our Notre Dame Radio Network studios. A terrific first quarter for the Irish. They lead Navy 14-0. Riley Leonard on that opening drive, 4 for 4, 64 yards, capped it off with his legs. Notre Dame forcing the turnover, too. 2 fumbles for Navy in the first quarter. And back out to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey for the second quarter of play. Let's rejoin Ryan Harris and Tony Simeone.
Thanks a lot, Johnny. It's been a fun first quarter of play between Notre Dame and Navy. You mentioned Leonard's numbers on that drive. For the quarter, Ryan, he was 7 for 8, 73 yards, a touchdown, no picks, ran it 4 times for 21, also snuck it in for a touchdown. Riley Leonard, I think, continues to look more and more comfortable as this season goes along at quarterback for Notre Dame.
He's aware of what he has to do with the football, and red zone is going to be something he needs to work on a little more. That's kind of the only area where his game has not increased in the efficiency as it has in other areas like third down, first down, and things like that. So plenty of work to work on in this game and beyond. But that last operation for Notre Dame that created issues, they eventually got a touchdown on their second drive, but then just unable to stay with that ability and running into your own lineman for a sack, that's never good.
Something I do like here as well, 7 catches so far for Notre Dame from 6 different pass catchers. And the ball's been spread out early.
And that lets you know that Riley Leonard understands the offense, not just who he wants to throw the football to, but who's open, and that's a big difference that will help them in key situations.
If you're just joining us, though, Notre Dame had a third drive that looked like it was headed towards points. They were in the red zone, had to settle for a field goal, and Zach Yoakum missed from 36 yards. So Navy took over at their own 20. They've since picked up a first down. They've switched sides of the field, and Navy has it at their own 31. They now move left to right here in quarter number 2. Horvath starts under center. Now he motions into the shotgun. 3 receivers, 2 to the top, 1 to the bottom. Now they motion a man into the backfield, and they'll hand it off. It's a run up the middle. It's going to go for about 3.5 yards. It was Jack Kaiser in on the tackle that time after a short pickup on first down.
Gabriel Rubio as well, getting more and more opportunities as he comes back from injury. So what I love, Notre Dame's defensive line now has rotated their interior. Howard Cross and Riley Mills are out. You do not want to get them worn out by Navy in the first quarter. Make sure you got a good rotation going.
Horvath under center, Tszyu, the single back behind him. Now they motion a man through the backfield, option right. Now he stops up, looking to throw, taking a shot, deep downfield, incomplete. Flag comes in at midfield, well behind the throw.
2 flags, and they're right. Christian Gray had his hand all along the receiver the entire time.
We're looking for Nathan Kent on a true go route down the seam. And it is going to be pass interference here, right?
Yeah, Christian Gray just had his hand on him, wasn't ready for the pass play.
Interference, defense, number 29, 15-yard penalty, first down.
And that's one of the things that Navy does an excellent job of. They're going to make sure they catch you unawares. And that's something that's similar to Bill Belichick when he was a coach in the NFL. They're going to call the play offensively that you're not thinking of. And there, Christian Gray unprepared for a first down go route, and they got him.
So it moves the ball close to midfield, just a yard shy of it. Navy at their own 49. Notre Dame leads 14-0, less than a minute into the second quarter. Teszka's the back behind Horvath, who's under center. They motion a man and now run it up the middle. Teszka's going to get it. Takes it out to the 47. It's a 4-yard pickup on first down. Jack Kaiser makes the tackle for Notre Dame.
Going to be a couple of those 3-yard runs, and they're just testing the will of Notre Dame defensively. Okay, you want to feel happy on 3 yards? Well, in the fourth quarter, that turns into 5 yards and 7 yards because you can only get hit so many times and cut down at the knees so many times before you start trying to guess.
Truly 3 yards in a cloud of dust on a lot of these fullback gives. Shotgun now on 2nd and 6. Low snap for Horvath, fakes the handoff, option right, runs it across the 45, down the 40, now he's got a seam over the 30, inside the 20, cuts it back at the 10, oh my goodness, Blake Horvath makes him pay, 47-yard touchdown run for the Navy quarterback.
What a phenomenal performance on that play by Blake Horvath. It looked like a jet sweep to him, and he was the quarterback. I mean, rolls out to the numbers and just puts his right foot in the ground and weaves up and down the sideline. An incredible play by Blake Horvath. Can't say enough about that performance. I don't think anybody in the right technique is stopping that on that play.
There was some, I think, jaw-dropping speed and elusiveness that I don't think Notre Dame was ready for on that play.
Well, they weren't watching the film I did because Blake Horvath can play.
He took off when he hit the second level, and he has Navy back in the football game in a big way. Blake Horvath came into the game averaging 103.5 rushing yards per game. He now has 53 today. 13:33 left in quarter number 2, and it's a one-score game again. It's Notre Dame 14, Navy 7. You're listening to the Notre Dame Radio Network.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Notre Dame Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
There are a lot of reasons Teeling Irish Whiskey is the official Irish whiskey of Notre Dame fans. As the recipient of more than 500 international awards, we know what it takes to win. We're small batch, but big on flavor, so we know you don't have to be the biggest to be the best. And like Notre Dame, we believe in excellence, progress, and pride. So when you're cheering the Fighting Irish, make sure you have some Teeling to share, because it's not just Irish whiskey, it's the official Irish whiskey partner of Notre Dame fans. Drink responsibly.
Now, 2 Pigeons and Coach Prime bemoaning the fact you can stream DirecTV satellite-free.
These humans get the biggest college football games on DirecTV, and we don't even get a satellite dish.
Enough squawking.
It's Coach Prime.
Bring it in. Sure, they could get all that college football without a dish, but you still got your passion, your drive, your resolve, your
incredible career as a football icon.
No, that's me.
Stream the biggest college football games. No satellite dish. Visit DirecTV.com.
13 minutes and 33 seconds are left in the second quarter between Notre Dame and Navy, and the midshipmen have just made this a one-score game. The Irish lead 14-7. Are you ready for your next escape? Experience the excitement at 4 Winds South Bend Hotel and Spa. Dine at one of our 6 award-winning restaurants or unwind at the Tranquil Cedar Spa. 4 Winds South Bend Hotel and Spa. Your entertainment escape. Ryan, another weekend away from South Bend for you, which means no spa. Early morning, I can't imagine you hit the sauna today.
Nope, early. And where I did stay, Secaucus, not El Paso. Let me tell you what, I don't know if anybody lives in Secaucus, but to give you an idea of how bad it was, I couldn't watch the World Series in Secaucus.
Really?
I had to get the YouTube TV. I'm not a fan of Secaucus. I'm sure there's fantastic people there, but I would not live there in a million years.
I think NBA headquarters of the replay center is in Secaucus.
That makes sense. Wow. Literally, there's a radio station that I drove past on my 50-minute Uber ride, and it looked like the scene from The Great Gatsby, where they're driving. Like, is that the bridge they drove into Manhattan on? Because it looks like it.
I love getting your candid opinions of our travels, and you're yearning for South Bend, and we have a bye week to wait through.
You know what I mean? If I'm looking forward to going to South Bend, that's all I got to say about Secaucus.
I mean, it's going to be fun to get back there for that Florida State game. It'll be a night game when they return to play after the bye week, which gives you plenty of time to get to the spot.
How do you not have the World Series in which New York is playing on the Secaucus? You got to explain yourself. I'm going to talk to the Chamber of Commerce.
End-over-end kick is fair caught by Max Hurleman at the 10. So Notre Dame will start at their own 25. Just to finish up that Navy drive, 5 plays, 80 yards, 47-yard touchdown run from Horvath. Caps off the drive. And you mentioned a little bit of a crack when the missed field goal took place from Yoakum, gave Navy some breathing room, and they took advantage of it right away, Ryan.
Navy's going to do that. They are going to overcome their mistakes, and I hope everybody listening, when you do make mistakes like Navy did to start this game, you still have the belief to show up and improve, and that's what Navy has done, and they're right back in this game.
Yeah, 2 fumbles for Navy. They were staring at possibly being down 21-0. They're within 7. They have to be really optimistic on their sideline. So Notre Dame comes back out, starting at their own 25, moving right to left. Leonard's flushed, and now he's going to run. Puts his head down near the 30, lunges forward to the 31.5-yard line. It's 6.5 on first down for Notre Dame as they begin this second quarter drive.
And they were trying to do a play-action pass, but it did not look very good. And here they're back on the ball already.
And they've gotten back to the line a few times in a hurry. Shotgun set on 2nd and 3. It's a run to Love. Spins out of a tackle at the 30. Wow, great running by Love. Does some extra leg work to get it all the way out to the 36. Every one of those 5 yards comes after contact for a first down.
And I think the big jump that Jeremiyah Love has made this season is he doesn't expect a clean line of scrimmage. Sometimes running backs, they want it to be perfect, and that's when you see them run into the back of their lineman. He's expecting there to be a problem at the line of scrimmage. He's anticipating it, and there with that spin, getting the first down.
4 receiver set, pistol formation on 1st and 10. And Leonard hands it off to Love, up the middle, has a seam across midfield. Goodbye! Across the 40, 30, 20, 10, touchdown! 64 yards of all Love. Jeremiyah's back in the end zone, and Notre Dame leads 20-7.
Phenomenal block by Billy Shrout, the left guard, as well as Pat Coogan. A just dive play right down the gut. Pat Coogan's block on the linebacker sprung Jeremiyah Love, and he turned on the jets, beep, beep, and scored.
Wow. Speed took over across midfield. What a response to the big touchdown from Horvath. Love runs it in from 64 yards away, and Notre Dame has answered.
What a phenomenal play for a phenomenal player who has shown the highest character on Notre Dame's team this whole season.
Longest run of the season. His previous long was 48 yards, and the Irish are back in front by 2 scores. 12:28 remain in the second quarter. It's Notre Dame 21, Navy 7. You're listening to Fighting Irish Football.
Hey, it's Adam with All American Stores. As a young kid listening and watching Notre Dame football, I never dreamed of having a commercial, let alone being the lead sponsor for Fighting Irish Football. Speaking of fighting, every day, All American is your home for fighting the morning with our amazing regular, French roast, and Highlander grog coffees from Lisa's Cafe. My wife and our team selected an amazing blend of specially formulated coffee beans. Not only is the coffee amazing, the story behind it all is even more amazing. Every one of our coffee beans are sourced from only the best of the best farmers that have exceeded our standards. These farmers aren't like Old MacDonald. Nah. These farmers offer their workers a livable wage, a roof over their family's head, food on the table, clinical health care, and even on-site education to their children. Every 2 beans come from a cherry and are professionally picked when perfect and ripe. It is a real fight, a really grueling process. When you drink our coffee, the world wins. All American Stores, hometown owners, hometown staff, your hometown team. Here's to a great season. Let's go Irish.
Get ready for your next winter adventure, if you can call it that, with a clean windshield. At your local Auto Value store, you'll find everything you need to scrape snow or frost off your windshield. And on sale right now, Prestone Windshield De-Icer Spray is just $6.79. Stock up on winter snow brushes and scrapers, too. Make your first step to a clean windshield at your Auto Value parts store, or shop at myautovaluestore.com and pick up at your local store. Auto Value. We have you covered this winter.
This is Notre Dame football right here on Fort Wayne Sports Station.
Notre Dame leads 21-7 over Navy with still 12:28 remaining in the second quarter. Dick's Sporting Goods believes that sports have the power to change lives. This belief has guided Dick's since the beginning, and it's the inspiration behind their ongoing Sports Change Lives campaign. We hope that you enjoy the game. Jeremiyah Love goes for a 64-yard touchdown. He's now over 500 rushing yards for the season, 526, depending on how the playoff shakes out for everybody. We hope Notre Dame is there. You could rack up a lot of extra yardage as you keep playing more and more games, but even going over 500 in this one, Ryan, gives him a shot, I think, to try to get to 1,000 by the end of the regular season with 4 games left after today.
Yeah, he's not even done today.
Right.
he might get 300 yards today the way he's running. And again, I love when a player sacrifices for his teammates the way that Jeremiyah Love has, not only in rotating, but not being a problem, not being a distraction, blocking downfield, blocking at the line of scrimmage, not expecting his lineman to be perfect, and then he takes it for a touchdown. I mean, that kind of teammate, you win everything that you want with.
He was our guest on Wake Up the Echoes this week, and one of the questions that our student-athlete co-host, Isaiah Dunn, who's a member of the football team, asked him was what kind of animal he'd compare himself to as Eric Goins drives a kick that Bryant's going to field at the 2-yard line, brings it back out, running left to right. He's taken down right at the 20-yard line, and that's where Navy's going to begin this drive.
What was the animal?
The animal was a cheetah.
Oh, love it.
He looked like a cheetah on that run. He just ran away from everybody on that Navy defense.
And a lot of people forget, cheetahs are predators too. They'll go after, they'll go hunt. And one of the things I love about Jeremiyah Love.
Kicking team, number 10. 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
Oh. It's on Logan Thomas.
Yeah, these are little things that probably will not affect the game overall. And yet, when you're going against an Alabama or you're going against an Oregon, you do not want to give the returner another opportunity immediately after seeing what you were going to do to get the football. This is little things like that have got to improve for Notre Dame.
And again, Bryant is top 20 in the country in return yards per return this year, right around 25. So you're spotting him an extra chance. They're going to have to re-tee it from the 30-yard line. If nothing else, they were stopped at the 20, Ryan. So if they just take a fair catch, they're getting 5 free yards out of this as well.
Yeah. DJ, though, we are 2 for 2 on DJs for last week in Atlanta and here in New Orleans.
They're mixing in a lot of those 2010 EDM bangers that I know you like.
Oh, yeah. And we're in New Jersey. It must be... I understand now, after staying in Secaucus, why people always say we're in New Jersey. It is different. Literally a piece of carpet was flying on the field, only in New Jersey.
Eric Goins will try it again. Kicking right to left, swings the leg. This is a short, high, end-over-end kick. Bryant's going to field it at the 18-yard line. He's out across the 25, now over the 30, all the way out to the 35, Ryan. It is a 15-yard boost for Navy. They'll start at their own 35 as opposed to their own 20.
And if you're Navy, you want to have a long, sustained drive. You want to eat up as much clock as you can to give few opportunities to Notre Dame to get this ball back and score as Navy gets the ball at the third quarter.
Yeah, this feels like an important drive. Navy can find some points. They're going to have hope. Like you said, they get the ball to start the second. Notre Dame would love to force a 3-and-out and go right back down and score. So Horvath starts under center near hash, moving left to right. 12:18 to go in the second quarter. Takes the snap, drops and looks to throw on a slant, far side of the field. Great timing. Caught at the 46-yard line. Great throwing catch. Moves them close to midfield. It's an 11-yard pickup.
And a phenomenal play call. They used the short motion going from the left slot outside, and at the snap then called the play came inside to where the linebacker had just removed. So they created the rub route with the motion. Just phenomenal football.
Luke Hutchinson, the recipient of that throw from Horvath. Fresh set of downs. This time they keep it on the ground. Fullback dive. Daba Fofana picks up a couple as he rumbles to the 48-yard line.
And I'm giggling because Howard Cross just made that tackle over the offensive lineman of Navy. I mean, he was over his shoulder pads grabbing him like, you're not going anywhere. I mean, wow.
Howard Cross has looked better and better each week, hasn't he?
100%. And I talked to NFL scouts. He's a little undersized. I don't care. He's winning. They used to say that about Aaron Donald, too. He's undersized. Well, what happened there?
Such a smart football player, too. 2nd and 8, shotgun snap, ball's tipped on the throw from Horvath, and it falls to the turf.
Almost an interception by Kingston Viliamu-Asa. He was in the right spot.
Notre Dame's already been the beneficiary of a couple of unforced fumbles today from Navy. They almost had their first pick on that tip ball. The incompletion, though, will set up 3rd down and 8 at their own 48. That was the first incompletion of the day for Horvath. Now he stands in the shotgun with 3 receivers. Now he motions back under center. More traditional triple option look with 1 receiver all the way to the bottom. On 3rd and 8, Horvath drops and looks to throw. Pressure in the face. Throws down the near sideline. Diving attempt. It's incomplete. Nathan Kent two outstretched arms in one-on-one coverage against Christian Gray, and he couldn't bring it in.
And if it hits your hands, you should catch it. Deep pass, deep arms, and Kent just unable to catch it. I don't think Kent thought he would get there, but he did. And an excellent job by Christian Gray not committing a penalty and forcing the player to finish the play. But you got to look out for the fake punt if you're Notre Dame, as Navy rarely, I don't even think this punt team for Navy knows each other. They don't punt that much.
The first punt of the game for either team, and they will kick it high, spiraling boot. This is going to fly into the end zone and be a touchback. It bounces 9 yards deep in the end zone, just shy of the back line of the end zone. Riley Reithman sends it 52 yards, and the touchback will bring the football back out to the 20-yard line for Notre Dame.
Notre Dame's going to have to understand now they're not going to a TV timeout, and just a juxtaposition, Navy's entire defense is on the line of scrimmage, and Notre Dame's still on the sideline. I mean, those are the little things that, knowing there's not a stoppage, get out on the field, run the play, hustle up.
Yeah, they are slow to get out there. There you heard the whistle to wind the clock, so they're on the field by the time they run the clock, at least this time. And now they take over at their own 20. Near hash, Notre Dame moving right to left. 10:55 to go in the second quarter. They lead 21-7. Leonard in the shotgun with Jadarian Price to his left. He'll fake the handoff to Price. Play action. Steps up, throws down the seam, and it's incomplete. That hit the hands of Jordan Faison, and it falls to the turf.
And Jordan Faison is a phenomenal receiver. Of course, one of the best lacrosse players in the country. But on that play, he has to learn the receiver skill. And he needed to turn his left hand on top, right hand on the bottom. Instead, he tried to catch it kind of underneath the ball coming across the middle. It's not going to work. You got to use your hands.
It's just the second incompletion of the day for Leonard, and it wasn't his fault. 2nd and 10, out of the shotgun, takes the snap and gives it to Price, running up the middle, puts his head down, fights for what they're going to say is a yard, maybe two, and it's going to bring up 3rd and long after Colin Ramos makes the stop.
This is where, if you're Notre Dame, you might want to start just running it on 1st and 2nd down to set up 3rd down. You really can't, against Navy, have no gain on 1st down and get stuffed on 2nd down. This is right where Navy wants you, and they're bringing everybody to the line of scrimmage trying to make you guess who's blitzing.
3rd down and 9. Notre Dame is 3 for 4 on 3rd down today. Shotgun for Leonard. Quickly looks right. Almost picked off. They tried to set up a wide receiver screen to Jaden Greathouse. Jumping the route was Justin Reed, the defensive lineman. If he could have brought it in, he might have been able to pick it off and even run it for a touchdown, Ryan.
And Justin Reed with a phenomenal play, athletic play, and Riley Leonard could have pump faked, but I'll tell you what, if they had executed that pass to Greathouse, that thing was going for yards.
So after Navy's first punt of the game, Notre Dame is forced to punt as they go 3 and out. James Rendell on the field to kick. Fields the snap at his own 8 and drives a high spiraling kick.
Fumble.
Bryant came up to try to field it. He muffed the football. It's loose at the Navy 40-yard line. There's a ton of Notre Dame jerseys joined by Navy and a pile. No signal yet from the officials. It's a loose ball. Notre Dame thinks they've got it. Notre Dame's got the football at the Navy 40-yard line. It's the 3rd giveaway of the half by the midshipmen.
It looks like Jaden Osbury was the one to fall on the football. What a phenomenal play by the recovering team for Notre Dame, the punt cover team, to get down to where the ball carrier was and be ready for it. Your guy Max Hurleman might have been in on it too, but it looks like Jaden Asbury made the play falling on the football.
Wow! Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Live from the Hoopy Insurance Services Studios, this is WKJG Fort Wayne, 1380 AM, 100.9 FM, The Fan.
So Notre Dame gets another gift from Navy. They start at the midshipmen 40-yard line. Shotgun snap for Leonard. Fakes a handoff, drops back, fires a rope that's caught by Faison at the 20-yard line, and he runs out of bounds along the Notre Dame sideline all the way down to the 18. It's a 23-yard pickup.
Holding, offense, number 59, 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
They're going to call holding on the right tackle, Emil Wagner, on a play-action pass. I didn't see it. I'm watching the replay, and I don't know how they called holding That is the worst call that I have seen all year. But the best part of that play, Jordan Faison doing exactly what we said he didn't do last time, using his hands, putting that left hand on top when he's crossing the field, caught it with his hands. That play's going to be there for the rest of the game.
Saw that. Great response by Faison. Teaching moment. Comes to the sideline. They come back on the field 3 minutes later, Ryan. He makes the catch. So 1st and 20. Bubble screen. Back to Faison they go on the far side of the field at midfield. Spins off a tackle. Gets a few yards back. It's a 5-yard pickup. Kyle Jacob makes the tackle for Navy, and 2nd and 15 will be what's upcoming for Notre Dame at the Navy 45-yard line.
Well, I'd run that play-action pass again because you had all day to throw. Again, an awful penalty called by the referees. But you can really do what you want if you're Notre Dame, especially with a little bit of production on first down, even though it's still 2nd and 15.
9 minutes left in the second quarter. Notre Dame leads 21-7. Loves the back to Leonard's right in the shotgun. Takes the snap, drops, looking to throw. Left side of the field, broken up. He was looking for Greathouse, who was surrounded by 3 or 4 defensive players for Navy. Kyle Jacob got his paws on it and broke it up.
The problem is Riley Leonard stared the entire time to Greathouse, allowing the linebacker to come over and make a play, Kyle Jacob. And he had Eli Raridan, as they call, wide open downfield. And I don't know how he missed him.
3rd and 15. Irish are at the Navy 45. They need the 30. If they get half of it, they might go for it. Shotgun for Leonard. Takes the snap at midfield. Drops back, has a clean pocket, throws underneath. Aeneas Williams makes the catch across the 40. Takes it up to the 37. There's 8 of the 15 yards. 4th and 7's what's upcoming, and I think Marcus Freeman wants to go for it.
I don't know about this. I mean, I love it just because you're up and you can put your team in a situation, but wow, I mean, 21-7, you might get the quick kick. The Brady Quinn much wanted quick kick where you snap it to the quarterback in a shotgun. If he doesn't like the look, he's just kicking the football.
Again, no Mitch Jeter. Zach Yoakum missed already today from 36. Missed last week from 46. This would be from 50. 4 receivers for Leonard in the shotgun now, moving personnel around. Play clock's all the way down to 4. Out of the shotgun, Leonard takes the snap. Looking to throw on 4th and 7. Over the middle. Juggled and caught. Faison brings it in and goes all the way down to the Navy 20-yard line. Notre Dame converts on 4th down.
What a laser from Riley Leonard to Jordan Faison. All day to pass as the offensive line picked up the blitz. And just a money pass from Mr. Money, Riley Leonard.
1st and 10 from the 20. Leonard drops to throw. Now he's going to run, running left. Throws a stiff arm at the 20 to stay on his feet, and then hops out of bounds at the 15-yard line.
And Riley Leonard has been quick to get out of bounds against Navy. He knows they're going to come and hit him. He wants no part of that. He could have ran to the right, but instead switched the ball to the outside hand. I love it. He is really working for yards all over the field, through the air, handing the ball off. Riley Leonard's playing some of his best football as a Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
2nd and 5 for Notre Dame. They're at the 15-yard line, taking their time as they look to the sideline with 7 minutes and 10 seconds to go. In the second quarter, Irish lead 21-7, moving right to left. Leonard out of the shotgun, takes the snap, hands it off to Aeneas Williams, who plows forward, running between the tackles along the near hash marks. It's a 4-yard pickup. 3rd and 1 is upcoming after he gets to the 11.
Aeneas Williams, we had a conversation earlier, Tony, and he does look like a Kyron Williams who is just tearing it up for my fantasy football team and the LA Rams. So happy for Kyron Williams and his success. And Aeneas Williams, start talking about the depth that the Irish have. You still got Jeremiah Love for some time. Aeneas Williams and Kedron Young, the freshman, and of course Jadarian Price and Devin Ford, just the deepest running back room in the nation.
3rd and 1 for Notre Dame. Loves the back and the pistol behind Leonard. Whistles before the snap. This might have been a timeout from Marcus Freeman. He didn't like what he saw pre-snap, and he calls timeout.
Navy was...
Timeout, Notre Dame. They're first.
And now the problem is Navy saw your 3rd down play, so they're probably going to anticipate a pass now. So you need to give Riley Leonard a run-pass option in this next play.
Both teams will get a chance to think about it as a timeout has been called on the field as well. 3rd and 1 upcoming for Notre Dame with the ball at the Navy 11-yard line. It's the Irish 21, the midshipmen 7 with 6:23 to go in the second quarter. You're listening to the Notre Dame Radio Network. Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics, wants to reward you for everyday banking. CU1's high-yield checking offers the opportunity to earn highly competitive dividends when you make qualifying transactions each month. No monthly fees and no minimum or opening balance required. Plus, you'll be able to bank anytime and anywhere with 24/7 digital and mobile banking. Start making more of your money with Credit Union One. Open an account at cu1.com/high-yield-checking. Federally insured by NCUA.
Whether you're ordering wings for the game, whipping up a 7-layer dip, or ordering pizza, there's something about football that makes you want to eat. And this football season, Uber Eats has the best deals on game day food. No matter what you're craving, from 2-for-1 pizza to buy one, get one wings, Uber Eats will be dropping new deals each week, all season long. Uber Eats, official on-demand delivery partner of the NFL. Order now. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
O'Reilly. Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Need advice? We've got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
.623 remain in quarter number 2 between Notre Dame and Navy. Tony Simeone alongside the Super Bowl champ Ryan Harris as the Irish are looking to go into their second bye at 7-1. They come into this game 6-1 on the season. Navy is undefeated 6-0. Irish have a big third down upcoming here. Third and what looks like a half yard. They need to get to the 10-yard line.
Could be in 4-down territory, too, which much of that conversation at the break may have been.
They've so far taken advantage of 2 Navy fumbles today, and this drive started thanks to a muff from Navy. Last time Navy lost 3 fumbles was over 2 years ago. September of 2022 against Delaware.
And if I'm Notre Dame right now, I'm going to use the running back, Jeremiyah Love, and I'm sprinting Riley Leonard out to the right and forcing the decision of the outside linebacker to determine the outcome of the play.
Notre Dame moving right to left. Shotgun for Leonard. Takes the snap on 3rd and a half yard. Gives it to Love. Puts his head down towards the 10. He's got the first down. Takes it across the 10. Maybe just shy of the 9. And it'll be first down and goal coming up after Justin Reed makes the stop for Navy.
Just a phenomenal run by Jeremiyah Love. No blockers, 2 defenders at the line of scrimmage. He gets the first down. Tremendous heart and power by Jeremiyah Love.
8 carries for 83 yards and a touchdown for Love so far. As the clock hits 5:50 to go in the second quarter. Had the big 64-yarder to the house for the 3rd touchdown of the game for Notre Dame. Shotgun for Leonard. Hands it off to Love. Up the middle he runs. Navigates his way. Up across the 5. Wow. Spills forward all the way to the 2. Ryan, I thought he was stopped at the 6 or 7, and he just kept on churning the legs.
And we're going to start calling him Mas because he's always getting more. It's unbelievable how many times just in this game he could have been tackled at the line of scrimmage or behind it for a loss and has just come out literally on top.
9 carries now for 90 yards. Notre Dame knocking on the door again. 2nd and goal from the 2 with 5:10 left in the second quarter. Jaden Thomas motions from the left to the right. Love gets the carry, and he's into the end zone. Jeremiyah Love from 2 yards out has his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game, and Notre Dame leads 27-7.
He did the air Heisman across the goal line, too. Jeremiyah Love benefiting off the blocks of Pat Coogan and Rocco Spindler, just mashing the Navy defensive line today.
It's his 9th rushing touchdown of the season. He's chasing Leonard. 2 of them dueling back and forth. Leonard's up to 11 rushing touchdowns with the one he snuck in earlier today. Clean snap, hold, and kick as Zach Yoakum remains perfect on extra points. And Notre Dame has extended the lead to 21. Ryan, it's 28-7 with 5:05 left here in the second quarter.
I can't tell if the Irish fans are going for halftime food early, or they're getting a good spot for the World Series game. I don't know.
Maybe they're going to Secaucus.
No one's going to Secaucus this afternoon. Not even the people that work in Secaucus want to go there today.
It's a weekend. How about that World Series game last night?
Oh, my goodness. I mean, I thought we were, and excuse us, fans and listeners, I'm a huge baseball fan. I thought Shohei Ohtani was going to have that moment, and then up comes Will Turner. Wow.
I mean, it was an amazing walk-off. Go back to Kirk Gibson, was it 88? Game one,
and they were
walk-off.
showing it all game.
Yeah.
They were showing it. And the Yankees, to their credit, they got their run in the 10th that they needed. But, man, what a finish. And I love, too, in baseball, especially the World Series, the team that loses, they couldn't get in the locker room quicker. I mean, it's like the Yankees were gone off that sideline before he even rounded second base.
If we get 6 more games like that, it's going to be an all-time.
I mean, you got Judge, Ohtani. I mean, all the names you want. It's an unbelievable World Series.
5:05 left in the second. Notre Dame is set to kick. Eric Goins back on the field, kicking right to left from his own 35. Swings the leg. End over end kick, traveling towards the end zone. Bryant's going to bring it out again from a yard deep. Here he comes, running left to right, and there's nowhere to go. Drilled at the 12-yard line. Logan Thomas again in coverage, the man to meet him. And Navy starts with another short field.
Looking like a torpedo on the field. Logan Thomas just weaved through the would-be blockers. And after getting a penalty 3 kicks ago, comes up with a monster hit.
This is another drive for Navy that's just going to start deep in their own territory. Second time, I think they've started at their own 12.
I mean, Notre Dame is firing on all cylinders. Offense, defense, and special teams.
Important drive for Navy before halftime. Again, they get the ball to start. They're thinking points and then more points out of the locker room. Shotgun for Horvath. Fakes the handoff. Runs up the middle. Here he goes again across the 20. Look out. Over the 30, 40. Now midfield running towards the far sideline. Leonard Moore trying to track him down, and he will. But not before he takes it inside the Notre Dame 30-yard line all the way to the 28. It's a 60-yard run for Horvath.
And a first-round effort by Leonard Moore. Oh my goodness. He came from the right numbers to catch up to Blake Horvath and make a touchdown-saving tackle on the left numbers.
5 carries for 112 yards for Horvath. He's already over his per-game average of 103. Had a 90-yard touchdown run last week. Now on 1st and 10, fake option, throws right side of the field, dropped. Diving attempt inside the 20 at the 18, that time from Nathan Kent. Hits his hands and falls incomplete.
You know how I love to hold coaches accountable. What is Brian Newberry doing throwing the football after a 45-yard run? Someone please alert him to success.
You've been all over the head coach.
I tell you what, nobody holds the coaches accountable, and so they get away with it all the time. But, man, if a player makes a mistake, we'll talk about it all week.
That's why you're here. 2nd and 10 from the Irish 28. Navy moving left to right here. 4:14 left in the second quarter. Shotgun for Horvath on 2nd and 10. They hand it off to Tszyu, running up the middle, makes the first man miss. Jaden Osbury is able to spill him to the turf just inside the 25, and it'll bring up 3rd down and a long 6 for Navy.
To give an example of the depth that Navy is doing and committing to the play, they had 3 players screaming at the same time who didn't have the football as they ran out to the right, and the ball went underneath.
3rd and 6, you figure it's 4-down territory for the midshipmen. Horvath from under center now motions into the shotgun. 3 receivers, 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top, and a back to each side of Horvath. Fakes the handoff, runs left, gets to the edge, tripped up, spills forward towards the 1st down marker across the 20. Are they going to give it to him? They wind the clock as he's right at the sticks on the 18-yard line. There's been no sign yet. Have they moved it? The near chains are moving, the far chains are not.
What? Okay, now the far chains are moving.
Okay, now they will.
Good my goodness.
Well, they got to move them. Remember, we talk a lot about the chain staff on this broadcast. Okay, they're up to the test, and they have moved the chains.
Jack Kaiser had to come out because his helmet had a malfunction.
Navy is into the red zone now from the Irish 18-yard line, moving left to right. Navy has scored on all 23 red zone trips this year, and 22 have been touchdowns. They pitch it right, and Tszyu again loses the handle on the toss. He's able to fall onto the football and keep possession, but they lose 4 yards on the play as they go back to the 22.
That was all on Blake Horvath. He just had a really low pitch. And immediately Horvath pointing to him, and Tszyu was ready for it. There might have been a couple of conversations on the sideline because Tszyu wasn't even trying to run downfield. He was ready to fall on the football, so almost anticipating a bad pitch.
So now it's 2nd and 14 for Navy. 2:15 left in the quarter. Play clock is at 12, so they have to run a play here. Horvath backs up into the shotgun, trips to his left. One to the right. They now motion the man from the right, and it is a jet sweep running left. Hit at the 25. This run comes from Heidenreich. Nowhere to go. They string it out along the far sideline. Good work by the Irish defense that time. Christian Gray able to make the tackle in the end. And now 3rd and long upcoming, 3rd and 15 for Navy.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
And Jaden Asbury there forcing the play out because of his excellent technique. We talked pregame he was going to be a player that had to make plays. He did on that one to stretch that out. And now the 2-minute parlay.
2-minute timeout here at MetLife Stadium. They're going to have the ball at the 23-yard line. Navy has 3rd and 15 upcoming with 1:57 to go in quarter number 2. It's the Irish 28, the Midshipmen 7. You're listening to the Notre Dame Radio Network.
It's time to review the top 3 highlights of the day. I'm joined as always by my co-anchor Snoop.
Hey, what up, though?
Snoop, number 1 has to be getting the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence at T-Mobile.
Yeah, you should hustle down to T-Mobile like a dog chasing a squirrel, chasing a nut.
Nice analogy, Snoop. Dogs do love to chase squirrels.
And squirrels love to chase those nuts.
On to highlight number 2, at T-Mobile, families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
That is very impressive. You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
That's exactly what I'm planning on doing with my savings, Snoop. Now, take it away, Snoop.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on them. Now drop that jingle.
The 24 monthly bill credits eligible traded on Go 5G Next. Well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 connection charge. Cancel entire account before receiving 24 bill credits and credit stop and balance on required finance agreement too. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Notre Dame Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
1:57 left in the second quarter between Notre Dame and Navy, and the Irish lead 28-7. Tony Simeone with the Super Bowl champion Ryan Harris. This is a really big sequence coming here, Ryan. It's 3rd and 15. You figure Navy is not looking for all 15 on this play. They probably want to get at least half of it to make 4th down, at least a manageable decision to maybe go for it. Additionally, you have to be thinking about the clock here as well. Notre Dame with 2 timeouts left, Navy with 3. I would imagine if Notre Dame gets a stop, they're going to use one of those timeouts so they can try to go score some more points if they get the ball back.
Well, in Navy, if you're Navy, you're going to run the ball here to force that timeout on Notre Dame either way. Yes, you would love to score on this play, but it's not how the Navy offense is built. You can get 10 yards, 11 yards on some of these plays that Navy has. So Notre Dame defensively just has to be aware, and then a little game of chess happening here at the end of the game. Because if you're the offense, you absolutely want the opportunity to score.
Horvath on the day is 4 for 7 throwing. He was 4 for his first 4.
Jack Kaiser back in, already has 6 tackles, 4 of them solo. Made his name as a freshman in this game. Something like, was it 14, 15 tackles he had?
I believe that was back in 2019 as well. All right, 3rd and 15 for Navy at the Irish 23-yard line. Horvath out of the shotgun, takes the snap, rolls right, looking right, wants to throw towards the sideline, almost picked off by Xavier Watts.
And I think that if I was Navy, I'd have ran it there because now you gave Notre Dame a third timeout by throwing the ball.
Well, now they have to try a field goal because they don't get any yardage there, so it's 4th and 15, and they'll drop the field goal unit on here, Ryan. Again, Navy is perfect on scoring points when they get in the red zone this year. They got in briefly, but went backwards, and now a 40-yard try is coming from Nathan Kirkwood. He's just 3 for 4 on the year, 2 for 3 from 40 or longer. This is a kick from the far hash, kicking left to right. Good snap, good hold. The kick is on its way, and the kick is no good. Missed it, wide to the left. And Notre Dame will get the football back after another missed opportunity for Navy.
And it is more windy on the field than people realize if you're able to see any of this on television. But the second kick wide left coming to this south side end zone here. But a phenomenal stop by Notre Dame defensively. Keeping that score as firm as possible going into halftime.
That's the first time all season that Navy has gotten into the red zone, Ryan, and not come out of there with points. It's unbelievable.
The defense for Notre Dame is on top. They are firing on all cylinders. Every kind of acronym or saying you want to say, they are doing it defensively. And now time for the offense to add to the score and really put it out of reach for Navy.
Yeah, Irish take over at their own 23-yard line. 1:46 left. Shotgun snap for Leonard. Play fake. Throws near sideline. Wide open is Faison at the 45. Makes the catch. Turns upfield and gets out of bounds at the 49-yard line. It's a 26-yard pickup on first down.
And Notre Dame already using this situation as an opportunity. And Riley Leonard surveying the field, going right all the way to left, he let himself go through his reads and progressions to get the big gain.
Clock stops with Faison going out of bounds. 1:39 left. Leonard takes the shotgun snap, gives it to Jadarian Price. He'll run over midfield, take it all the way down to the 46. 5-yard carry for Price on first down. Moves the clock, 90 seconds to go.
I like that Notre Dame did not take a timeout there. I really love that Coach Freeman did not elect to take the timeout.
Plenty of time. Still 2 timeouts for Notre Dame as well. Shotgun for Leonard on 2nd and 5. Pressure in his face. Steps up and he'll run. Takes it across the 40. Now works towards the near sideline and once again tiptoes out of bounds at the 31. Leonard using his legs that time to pick up 15 yards and again stop the clock with 1:11 to go.
And it should have been a loss of 7 yards. So a little bit of Houdini in his pocket there, Riley Leonard's. Stepping up and then just making the decision to run. Excellent decision making by Riley Leonard, not only on that run, but on this drive, throwing the ball to Faison and getting everybody on the line of scrimmage.
Leonard's now over 500 yards rushing for the season, so he and Love have gone over the 500-yard mark today. 1st and 10, far sideline throw this time was looking for a one-on-one matchup as Chris Mitchell was going up against Andrew Duhart, and the pass is just a little bit low and incomplete.
Yeah, I think that pass was short by about a yard. Typically that's a 12-yard out route. And there Riley Leonard just kind of short-armed it, kept it wide, which really makes it shorter on that route for the receiver.
Hardest throw in college, right? Near hash to far sideline. It had to travel a long distance.
And a throw you need to make if you want to play on Sundays.
So 2nd and 10 at the Navy 31. 1:07 left in the second quarter. Notre Dame leads 28-7. Leonard out of the shotgun, takes the snap on the near hash. Pumps left, now looks left, steps up, fires, complete at the 20-yard line. Mitchell Evans brings it in for a first down. Clock will stop as he gets to the 19, and they reset the chains with 1 minute and a second to go. And Marcus Freeman quickly uses timeout.
Timeout, Notre Dame, they're second. This will be a 30-second timeout.
I love the operation on this drive. They've been precise. They've had urgency, different players making plays. And on that last catch to Mitch Evans, there Riley Leonard just letting the defense dictate where the ball is going. He saw a late blitzer. He knew he had the middle of the field open. Phenomenal job by Riley Leonard on this drive, and really all day outside of 2 throws.
Great to see Mitchell Evans getting more and more action in this offense. Had 5 catches last week for 26 yards. Has 2 catches today for 25. Jordan Faison leads the way with 3 receptions for 48 yards. And the offense comes back on the field with a fresh set of downs. And again, 1 minute and a second left on the clock. At the Navy 19, 4 receivers set for Leonard. Pistol formation with Price behind him and 2 receivers each way. Leonard takes the snap, fakes a handoff, steps up, looks to throw, and now he'll just spike this one in the turf. Was out of the pocket and threw it to save a sack.
Excellent job by the Navy defense, anticipating that Riley Leonard was going to try and roll out to his right and being there right as he threw the football. And really no harm, no foul for Notre Dame, other than your receivers are a little tired.
Only 5 seconds come off the clock, 56 to go. Still one timeout for Notre Dame. Imagine the entire playbook is an option here on 2nd and 10.
Here comes the zero blitz from Navy.
Shotgun for Leonard. Looks right now, steps up and runs. Leonard stutter steps, goes down to the 15, gets to the 14. So it's a 5-yard pickup. 3rd and 5's upcoming. Kendall Whiteside makes the stop. Clock is ticking as it moves down to 40 seconds to go.
You're good here. You're good here. You don't need to take that timeout.
Leonard in the shotgun, takes the snap with 35 seconds left. Drops, looking to throw. Fires this through the end zone intentionally. They could, I think, call grounding there. There was no one in the area as he threw it through the back of the end zone to avoid the sack.
He got hit as he threw, though, and typically referees will give a little bit of leeway there. And he had Chris Mitchell underneath, but Mitchell clearly ran the wrong route. And Notre Dame now with an opportunity to extend the lead here, even with the field goal. Come on, Yokes.
All right, so the drive stalls. And it'll give Zach Yoakum another crack at it, this time from 32 yards. And the near hash, he's kicking right to left this time. Missed earlier from 36. It's a good snap, a good hold. Kick is high, end over end, and it is good. So Zach Yoakum converts and extends the Irish lead. It's now Notre Dame 31, Navy 7.
And a 6-point swing for Notre Dame because of the defense getting a stop and the missed field goal by Navy. So a phenomenal way to end the half.
26 seconds remain on the clock as well. Navy has all 3 of their timeouts. They have hit some big plays today, but they've primarily been in the run game from the quarterback, Blake Horvath.
It's a little nerve-wracking to think of what this game would be if Navy hadn't turned the ball over 3 times.
Yeah, the 3 fumbles have been costly for the midshipmen today.
Well, and indicative of how traumatic the experiences have been at times against Navy. No one in this stadium feels safe with a 31-7 lead on Navy in the first half.
Not quite yet. Still plenty of football game left as Eric Goins drives this kick. Isaiah Bryant, he has wanted to bring these out today, but this time he takes a fair catch. It's the right move. He muffed a punt and has been tripped up at the 12-yard line on a couple of occasions. And this instead will preserve some clock and bring it out to the 25. And now let's see what Brian Newberry and the Navy staff elect to do here. Do they take some chances with 3 timeouts and 26 seconds left?
Well, an important information gathering drive for Notre Dame too. I mean, if I'm Navy, I'm just running the ball here and getting to halftime. I'm not going to show the passing game that I have to come out in the second half, because Notre Dame's going to take that information and change it. So wisely, Navy looking like they're going to take a knee.
Horvath comes out. He takes the knee. Navy's going to run towards their locker room. Notre Dame's going to run towards theirs. That's how the first half comes to a close, Ryan. Notre Dame's going to take a 31-7 lead into the halftime locker room here at MetLife Stadium.
A semi-comfortable 31-7 lead.
Pretty important drive coming out of the halftime locker room when Navy gets the football to begin half number 2.
That is the end of the second quarter.
After 30 minutes of play between Notre Dame and Navy, it's the Irish 31 and the Midshipmen 7. Now let's go back to Johnny Soper in our Notre Dame Radio Network studios for the Notre Dame halftime report.
Tony, coming up after the break, we'll get you highlights from the first half, scores from across the country, and Ryan Harris's first half thoughts from the Meadowlands when the halftime show begins after this message on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp. Refreshing. And ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
Guinness and Notre Dame. Both have a long history of grit and determination. It's how a university in Indiana became a global icon in sports. It's how a brewer from Ireland created one of the world's most legendary beers. Through the pursuit of excellence, honoring tradition, and staying true to a unique spirit, Guinness and Notre Dame always rise to the top. Cheers to another great season of Notre Dame football. Here come the Irish. Guinness Draft Stout, the official beer of Notre Dame alumni and fans. Please enjoy responsibly. Imported by Diageo Beer Company, USA, New York, New York.
Buying a home is one of the biggest financial decisions you'll ever make. Before you tour a home, the real estate professional you're working with may ask you to sign a buyer's agreement, which describes the services you'll receive, each party's role and responsibilities, and how your agent will be compensated, all of which you'll want to discuss with them up front. So work with an agent who's a Realtor. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors with a duty to honestly represent you and put your interests above their own, because that's who we are.
O'Reilly. Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Welcome to Halftime on the Notre Dame Radio Network. Your complete first half recap is coming up as we send you inside our network studio. Here's Johnny Soper.
Halftime at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey, and Notre Dame leads Navy 31-7 the score. First half highlights are brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods, the official sporting goods retailer of Notre Dame Athletics. Navy won the toss, deferred to the second half, and you could not have drawn up a better start for Notre Dame. The Irish hit a big play early on, a 3rd and 6 at their own 46-yard line.
Clean pocket, steps up, takes a shot down the seam. It's caught by Jaden Greathouse at the Navy 30. Tripped up inside the 20, dragged down all the way inside the 15-yard line. Mabidi Williams Jr. saves a touchdown after a 42-yard pickup for Jaden Greathouse.
That set the Irish up at the Navy 12-yard line, and 4 plays later, Riley Leonard ran it in from 1 yard out for his 11th rushing touchdown of the season. Leonard a perfect 4 for 4 with 64 yards through the air. He hit 4 different receivers on the opening drive for Notre Dame. Extra point made it 7-0 on a drive that took 4.5 minutes off the clock. Navy picked up 2 first downs on their opening possession, but then did something they really haven't done all season.
At their own 34, fresh set of downs, 1st and 10. Teska scored a touchdown on each of their first 3 drives last week. They pitch it right. Ball's out. Loose on the far sideline. Picked up by Notre Dame. Down the far sideline. Inside the 10. Adon Schuler has the loose football, and Notre Dame is in business. Wow.
Midshipmen hadn't turned the ball over in the previous 5 games. That set Notre Dame up 1st and goal at the 7-yard line. And on 3rd and goal, Riley Leonard found Chris Mitchell wide open in the end zone.
Play clock's at 1. Now it's at 0. This is going to be delay of game. They don't blow the flag. 3rd down and goal. Leonard fires. End zone. Touchdown. Chris Mitchell catches it in the end zone. And Notre Dame leads 13-0. But that play clock expired. Navy is apoplectic on their sideline. They think it should be delay of game.
Unnecessary.
Maybe a play that shouldn't have counted, but it did. 14-0 Notre Dame after the PAT with 5.5 minutes to play in the first quarter, and Navy continued to get in their own way. On their second possession, the Mids coughed it up again.
They fumble it again in the backfield. It's loose at the 45, and Notre Dame has the football. Junior Tuialamaka pounces on another Navy giveaway.
Unable to cash in on that turnover, however. They couldn't convert on 3rd and 7 at the Navy 13, and they settled for a 36-yard field goal attempt that was missed by Zach Yoakum. Starting place kicker Mitch Jeter for Notre Dame did warm up today, but unable to go. So that gave Navy the ball at their own 20 as the game moved into the second quarter, and the Navy offense finally woke up. A 5-play, 80-yard touchdown scoring drive, the bulk of which came on a 47-yard touchdown run from quarterback Blake Horvath. That made the score 14-7 and brought the Mids right back in it. Notre Dame got the ball back with 13 and a half minutes to play in the first half and responded with a bang.
4-receiver set, pistol formation on 1st and 10. And Leonard hands it off to Love, up the middle, has a seam across midfield. Goodbye! Across the 40, 30, 20, 10, touchdown! 64 yards of all Love. Jeremiyah's back in the end zone, and Notre Dame leads 20-7.
A 3-play, 75-yard drive that extended the Notre Dame lead back to 14 points. Navy punted on their next possession, first punt of the game for either team, and gave the ball back to Notre Dame with under 10 minutes to play in the first half. The Irish went 3 and out, but Navy muffed the James Rendell punt, and Notre Dame recovered at the plus 40-yard line. Jeremiyah Love punched it in to make it 28-7 Notre Dame. Navy's ensuing drive, they pushed it into Notre Dame territory, but missed a 40-yard field goal. So the Irish, with the ball back and a minute 46 to play, drove 63 yards in 9 plays and kicked a 32-yard field goal to make it 31-7 Notre Dame, and that is our halftime score at the Meadowlands. The Irish lead Navy 31-7. We'll have scores from around the country after this on Fighting Irish Football.
Hey, it's Adam with All American Stores. As a young kid listening and watching Notre Dame football, I never dreamed of having a commercial, let alone being the lead sponsor for Fighting Irish Football. Speaking of fighting, every day, All American is your home for fighting the morning with our amazing regular, French roast, and Highlander grog coffees from Lisa's Cafe. My wife and our team selected an amazing blend of specially formulated coffee beans. Not only is the coffee amazing, the story behind it all is even more amazing. Every one of our coffee beans are sourced from only the best of the best farmers that have exceeded our standards. These farmers aren't like Old MacDonald. Nah. These farmers offer their workers a livable wage, a roof over their family's head, food on the table, clinical health care, and even on-site education to their children. Every 2 beans come from a cherry and are professionally picked when perfect and ripe. It is a real fight, a really grueling process. When you drink our coffee, the world wins. All American Stores, hometown owners, hometown staff, your hometown team. Here's to a great season. Let's go Irish.
Moog is the chassis industry's problem solver for over 100 years, extending product life or simplifying installations. Problem-solving improvements like Moog carbon fiber reinforced bearings on select premium RK control arm or Grime Defense outboard seals on select hub assemblies. Learn more about Moog products with a visit to your local Auto Value store. Our service professionals will help you find the solution you need, or shop at myautovaluestore.com and pick up at your local store. And thanks for shopping Auto Value.
Congratulations once again to Brockman Heating and Air Conditioning, your independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, for winning the Reader's Choice Award again 2 years in a row. Of course, they've been our choice at Federated Media for nearly a decade to keep our studios and offices comfortable all year round. And they can do the same thing for you. Whether you need a maintenance appointment, new installation of a unit, or an emergency repair, now is the time to make sure your home is ready by calling Brockman Heating and Air Conditioning, your independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer. Brockman's on time, done right, or it's free.
This is Notre Dame football right here on Fort Wayne Sports Station.
I'm Johnny Silver, back live inside our Notre Dame Radio Network studios. Halftime in New Jersey. Notre Dame leads Navy 31-7 the score. Here's what's happening elsewhere around the country. Ohio State back in action after an idle week following their lone loss to the Oregon Ducks, and they lead Nebraska at halftime 14-6.
So it is 1st and 10, Ohio State at their own 40 with 8:38 to play second quarter. 7-3, Buckeyes on top. Carnell Tate dispatched wide to the left. Thurman slot left. Receivers Ibuka and Smith to the right. Howard under center with a snap. Fakes a handoff. Sets up at his 32. Throws down the middle of the field deep. Jeremiyah Smith. He's got it to the 20 of the Cornhuskers. And into the end zone goes Jeremiyah Smith with a long distance touchdown from Will Howard. And the Buckeyes on top 13-3.
That's Paul Keels on the Buckeye Sports Network from Learfield. Ohio State quarterback Will Howard, 9 of 9 in the first half, 167 yards and 2 touchdowns. The Kurt Cignetti train keeps on rolling down in Bloomington.
2nd down and 6. A quick snap to Taven Jackson. Back to throw. Fires it down the field. Catch is made. We're going to have a touchdown. The score is Omar Cooper. Omar makes the catch. A 42-yard play. Taven Jackson to Cooper for the score.
That's Don Fisher on the Indiana Sports Network from Learfield. The Hoosiers lead Washington 17-7 with 13.5 minutes to play in the third quarter down in Bloomington. Halftime at Vaught Hemingway Stadium in Oxford, Mississippi, an 18th-ranked Ole Miss down by 4 to Oklahoma. Probably a very surprising result for Ole Miss fans. 14-10 is the score at halftime. Virginia Tech leads Georgia Tech 14-6 with 13:12 to play in the third quarter, and North Carolina leads Virginia 24-6 at halftime in Charlottesville. Looking to share all the great Notre Dame athletics traditions with other Irish fans while away from campus? Visit the Fighting Irish Pub Network to find Notre Dame fans and programming at local establishments nationwide. To find Game Watch locations, earn prizes, and more, visit fightingirishpubnetwork.com. 31-7, the halftime score. Notre Dame leads Navy. Back with Ryan Harris's thoughts on the first half on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Guinness and Notre Dame both have a long history of grit and determination. It's how a university in Indiana became a global icon in sports. It's how a brewer from Ireland created one of the world's most legendary beers. Through the pursuit of excellence, honoring tradition, and staying true to a unique spirit, Guinness and Notre Dame always rise to the top. Cheers to another great season of Notre Dame football. Here come the Irish. Guinness Draft Stout, the official beer of Notre Dame alumni and fans. Please enjoy responsibly. Imported by Diageo Beer Company, USA, New York, New York.
Hey, it's me, your liver. You know, the organ that helps you recover every weekend after pizza, donuts, and all those drinks. When you have a headache, you take an aspirin. You have a stomach ache, you pop an acid. But where's the love for your best buddy, the liver? The least that you could do to help me stay healthy is take Active Liver from New Nordic. Active Liver tablets contain high-quality, all-natural ingredients like milk thistle, globe artichoke, and turmeric extracts, which are proven to keep me healthy and you feeling your best. Active Liver provides an easy daily detox and helps protect me all year long. So let me make you an offer you can't refuse. You take care of me with Active Liver, and I keep taking care of you. Capiche?
See for yourself why Active Liver is Scandinavia's #1 liver health supplement. You can find Active Liver at CVS and online at Amazon, Target.com, or directly from NewNordicUSA.com. Again, find it in stores at CVS or online at Amazon, Target.com, or NewNordicUSA.com.
Did you know you can get your prescriptions for less at your local pharmacy? You can with GoodRx. It's the free app that can save you money on your medications. Just search for your prescription, choose the pharmacy and the price that works best for you, and then show your GoodRx coupon to your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Notre Dame Athletics was compensated for this endorsement and is not a current client of Howard Bailey. For more information, visit howardbailey.com/ND disclosure.
All right, team, huddle up. Whether you're in the red zone or still at the 50-yard line, it's time to call a play, and we can help. Howard Bailey Financial is the official wealth management partner of Notre Dame Athletics. Download our free resource right now for insight on taxes, Social Security, and more. Text HUDDLE to 888-262-1104. That's HUDDLE to 888-262-1104.
Buying or selling a home is a big deal, literally. It's one of the largest financial transactions you're likely to make. So work with someone who will work with your best interest in mind. Someone who agrees to operate with transparency, honesty, and fairness every step of the way. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors and are bound by a strict code of ethics that requires they put your interests above their own. Because that's who we are. Make sure your agent is a realtor.
I'm Johnny Sober, back live inside our Notre Dame Radio Network studios. The Fighting Irish lead Navy 31-7. Let's go back out to the Meadowlands, bring in Ryan Harris for his first half thoughts. I know Navy's turned the ball over, and that is a big storyline right now, Ryan, but Notre Dame's offense has taken advantage of it for the most part, and I thought they've looked pretty good, particularly Riley Leonard looks really good through the air. Your thoughts on the first half hour?
The best first half that the Irish offense has had. I love the ability to score in a sudden change with those turnovers. I mean, that gets lost in the stat, right? I mean, the guys barely get back to the sideline to get their water, and all of a sudden they're back out and they're ready to score. So a couple of operational issues, but opportunity to work on that in the second half, but really, really impressed with how Notre Dame has handled themselves offensively.
And defensively, outside of a couple of big plays from Blake Horvath, I thought Notre Dame's defense has been terrific. What do they need to do in the second half, particularly on this first Navy drive, to continue that trend?
Whoever's playing middle linebacker has to make the one-on-one tackle on Blake Horvath. And on both of his big runs, middle linebacker missed the one-on-one tackle 5 yards from the line of scrimmage, and it turned into a big gain. That middle linebacker, whether it's Jack Kaiser or Jaden Osbury, you make that tackle, those plays aren't there.
That's Ryan Harris from the Meadowlands, where Notre Dame leads Navy 31-7. Back with the second half after this on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Let's face it, nothing makes you look older than you really are than thinning hair. But what if you could not only increase your hair count, but promote new hair growth without surgery, without drugs with potential side effects, and without a prescription from your doctor? Well, now you can, thanks to a breakthrough new supplement called Hair Grow, provided by New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Europe. Hair Grow is now available in the U.S. Only Hair Grow contains tocogaya, a powerful antioxidant that has received a U.S. patent. Multiple clinical studies show Hair Grow is safe and effective in promoting new hair growth. In one study, 95% of the patients using Hair Grow saw increased hair count. Don't lose more time and more hair. Try Hair Grow today to feel and look your best. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS. Look younger and feel more confident with Hair Grow by New Nordic at NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS.
O'Reilly! Extend the life of your engine with a full synthetic oil change and save at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, pick up 5 quarts of O'Reilly full synthetic motor oil and a MicroGuard oil filter for $29.99. Or upgrade to a MicroGuard Select filter for just $2 more. Limit supply. Offer in-store only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Cannon Solutions America is proud to sponsor Notre Dame football. Is your business falling short of the goal line? Let us give you that extra push forward. As an MVP in managed services, we provide professional support to help drive your success. By crafting winning workflows with state-of-the-art Cannon technology, we can support you in tackling your greatest document management challenges. Want to learn more? Visit csa.cannon.com/GMS. That's csa.cannon.com/GMS.
This is the progressive progress in sports. In addition to helmet upgrades, numerous techniques are being used by those who teach the game, looking to take the helmet-to-helmet contact out of the sport. Many believe making things better starts with coaching. In addition, a head-to-head targeted tackle can get a player thrown out of a game, and nobody wants that. Brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What do your home and auto have in common? They're yours, and Progressive protects them both. Bundle today at Progressive.com.
Notre Dame leads Navy 31-7. Let's go back out to the Meadowlands at MetLife Stadium for the second half and join Ryan Harris and Tony Simeone.
Thanks a lot, Johnny. We are almost set for half number 2 between the Irish and the midshipmen. Notre Dame with a commanding 31-7 lead, and this drive to start the second half, Ryan, going to be a big one. Navy has not played quite their brand of football today. 4 fumbles already in the game. They've lost 3. They had just 2 all season coming in their first 6 games, and they'd not lost any of those fumbles. So they haven't been that sharp today. If they're going to make a run in this game, it probably has to start on this drive right here.
And I think one of the things I would change defensively if I'm Al Golden is I'm going to start firing my corners. I mean, Navy is really only running up the middle with their quarterback, Blake Horvath. So I'm going to send my corners and have my safeties and linebackers kind of work out of the zone defense if it turns into a pass. And I live with that to stop the run and to keep you on schedule.
Only 7 points allowed in the opening half by Notre Dame to Navy. Eric Goins drives a kick left to right into the end zone. Another fair catch for Isaiah Bryant And Navy will start at their own 25. Navy had outscored their opponents in first halves 159-47 this season. They were outscored 31-7 in that first half against Notre Dame.
I'm just so impressed with how Notre Dame has come out with urgency, fire, and physicality. They have been prepared for this game. Clearly a fantastic week of practice, but they are ready to go today and get to prove it again here to start the third quarter.
Opportunity for a statement drive to start the second half. Navy will begin at their own 25. Horvath under center on the near hash. Turns, hands it off. Fullback dive is going nowhere. Maybe a yard. The Irish gang up that time. Jalen Sneed is fired up after the play. There was nowhere to go. Good stop by the defense on the first play of the half.
And Navy wants you to be happy stopping the fullback dive, because the fullback dive is only to keep you honest for the pitch that's coming.
So 2nd and 9. Horvath has him back to the line quickly. And he takes his time getting under center. Tszju's the back. Behind him, Horvath really taking his time as he diagnoses this Irish defense in front of him. Now he's under center with 8 on the play clock. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, pitch out to the right. It's Heidenreich running right across the 30. Spills forward to the 33. It'll be 7 yards on the second down run, and it brings up 3rd and 2.
And Navy going the opposite way with the wide pitch on the same triple option. So that fullback dive is just the kind of truth keeper of the triple option. And there they caught Notre Dame bunched in looking at the fullback, and the ball went outside.
Ball spotted now far hash with Navy moving right to left. 3rd down and 2 to start this opening drive of the second half. It's Tszyu. Puts his head down, running right. That's a favorable spot across the 35 for a first down. It'll move the sticks for Navy, and they'll get a fresh set of downs.
Notre Dame now just cannot get lulled to sleep, especially the corners and safeties, because this is what Navy wants to do. They want to get you thinking, oh, this is a boring offense. I just got to read one guy. They're going to go in the air here soon.
You're just joining us. Quarterback Blake Horvath was able to run 6 times in the opening half for 119 yards. He's under center here on 1st and 10. He fumbled the snap, retrieves it, picks it up, rolls right, throws to a wide open receiver in Notre Dame territory, all the way down to the 43. Catch is made by Brandon Chapman. That was a muff snap in the backfield, and Horvath made something out of nothing.
Incredible job. Blake Horvath just mishandled the snap, but he picked it up and started running. What an incredible play to make off of the ball on the ground. Wow.
You can see Notre Dame maybe caught napping looking at the ball in the backfield, too.
And you see, too, why we're so successful in our military. We have people like Blake Horvath going in there and picking stuff off the ground and getting a first down.
Amen to that. 1st and 10, Horvath out of the shotgun in Notre Dame territory at the 43. Play fake, rolls right, throws right. The pass is caught. Heidenreich makes the catch along the Navy sideline, far side of the field, goes out to the 39-yard line after a pickup of 4.
And you heard a little bit of the field audio saying, pick him up, pick him up. That was the Navy team saying, pick up the defender for the Notre Dame Irish. I mean, this is the thing that happens in these games. You'll hit somebody else, say, oh, good block, or oh, let me help you up. And you're like, no, man, you're my opponent, but thank you for your service. It's so crazy.
Different kind of environment in the Notre Dame-Navy game. 97th meeting all-time between these two storied programs. 2nd and 6. It's a handoff up the middle. Tszyu gets the carry. Flag comes in from behind the play. Marcus Woods, the referee, threw it. He'll likely make the quick announcement.
Personal foul. Hands to the face. Defense, number 99. 15-yard penalties at the end of the play. First down.
And that's a tough penalty because Navy's linemen are diving at the ankles of Riley Mills and company. So even if you put your hands down to protect your knees, you can actually get a hands to the face. But there, Riley Mills with an outstretched hand into the face mask. They're going to call that all the time.
Jack Kaiser's running off the field at what does not appear to be 100% either. Doesn't go to the bench, though. He stays on the sideline, so hopefully he's all right.
Sometimes you get a bruise and it hurts so bad you can barely think.
So it's 1st and 10 from the Irish 22. Horvath fakes the handoff left. Now he runs it right. Gets across the 20, and he's all the way down to the 18. Here is the second red zone trip of the day for Navy. They came up scoreless on their first red zone trip. It was the first scoreless red zone opportunity all season for the midshipmen.
Interesting decision if you're Notre Dame, whether you even let Jack Kaiser back in the game. I mean, it's 31-7 in the third quarter. You need Jack Kaiser for the next 6 to 7 games. You don't need him right now. So if I'm Notre Dame, I'm keeping Jack Kaiser on the sideline.
Keep an eye on him. 2nd and 6. Horvath, faked the handoff, then almost fell over, pitched it right to Heidenreich, and he stays on his feet, cuts it back inside. He takes it all the way inside the 10. He's down to the 6 and sets up first down and goal after a 12-yard run.
And I think Blake Horvath got stepped on by one of his linemen on that play, but somehow got the ball out for a pitch. He's missed 2 pitches with 2 hands, but there makes a sideways pitch as he's falling down. What a player, Blake Horvath.
This has not been a terribly clean drive for Navy, but it's been effective. First and goal from the 6, moving right to left, 10:15 to go in the third quarter. It's Heidenreich running right, gets inside the 5, all the way down to the 3, so he has half the necessary yardage. 3-yard pickup on first and goal, sets up 2nd and goal from the 3.
Now if you're Navy, you're 100% in 4-down territory, down this much. And you might even be going for 2 if you do get a touchdown.
Yeah, 24-point game. I would be thinking that way. You can make this a 3-score margin if you get 3 touchdowns and 3 2-pointers. Triple option set again. 1 receiver all the way to the bottom for Horvath.
What the heck?
I think they motioned. They had maybe the ball under a different offensive lineman. It's a reverse, running right. Oh, it's a pass to the end zone, and Horvath dropped it. Oh, my goodness. Double reverse. Luke Hutchinson threw it to an open Horvath in the end zone, and he dropped the ball.
And Blake Horvath smiling. He's just like, oh, that was me. Good pass. But they motioned the entire offensive line except for the center before the play. It was the strangest thing. Even the crowd gasped.
Oh, it went right through his hands. Yeah, they may have had the ball under the guard and then motioned, and that was kind of like the Philly special Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl play. He just didn't catch it.
Well, he was trying to squeeze it with his hands. You got to squeeze catches with your fingers. You got to use your fingers with footballs.
3rd and goal from the 3 now. Horvath going to run it himself. Tripped up shy of the goal line. Notre Dame makes the stop. 2 yards earned. It's down to the 1, and it's going to be 4th and goal from the 1-yard line.
What a moment for Notre Dame's defense. If they can hold Navy out of this end zone, what an incredible stop this would be for the game.
Donovan Heinisch made the tackle. Here you go. Huge play upcoming here. 9 minutes left on the clock as Navy looks to the sideline.
Play clock's at 15 seconds. And they're in the shotgun. Wow.
Now he motions under.
Yeah.
You're right. Play clock at 5. 4th down and goal from the 1. Horvath takes the snap, hands it off, running left, and Navy scores. Touchdown, midshipman. Eli Heidenreich runs it in from a yard away, and it's 31-13.
Phenomenal play call by Navy. You're starting the gun, and now everybody's thinking they're going to pass it, and all of a sudden you get down and quickly snap the ball. You don't just get down and let the defense get set. You get down under the center, you snap that ball with a motion, jet sweep. Phenomenal operation by Navy, and tough to defend if you're Notre Dame. They were literally defending 8 inches of grass.
12 plays, 75 yards for Navy. Extra point is on its way, and the kick is good, so they don't go for 2.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't go for 2 there. It doesn't make sense to me.
A lot of time comes off the clock as well. 6 minutes and 16 seconds come off the clock.
Wow.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Live from the Hoopie Insurance Services Studios, this is WKJG Fort Wayne, 1380 AM, 100.9 FM, The Fan.
8:44 left in quarter number 3. It's Notre Dame 31, Navy 14 from MetLife Stadium. Irish will get the ball for the first time in the second half when we come back on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Are you ready for your next escape? Experience the excitement at 4 Winds South Bend. Relax at Four Winds South Bend Hotel with 317 luxurious rooms and suites. Dine at one of 5 award-winning restaurants, including Copper Rock Steakhouse, Kankakee Grill, and Edgewater Cafe. Plus, unwind and enjoy the serenity with a massage, facial, and more at Cedar Spa. Four Winds South Bend Hotel and Spa. Your escape from the everyday.
It's time to review the top 3 highlights of the day. I'm joined, as always, by my co-anchor, Snoop.
Hey, what up, though?
Snoop, number 1 has to be getting the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence at T-Mobile.
Yeah, you should hustle down at T-Mobile like a dog chasing a squirrel, chasing a nut.
Nice analogy, Snoop. Dogs do love to chase squirrels.
And squirrels love to chase those nuts.
On to highlight number 2. At T-Mobile, families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
That is very impressive. You know, y'all can take some of those savings and buy some Snoop merchandise.
That's exactly what I'm planning on doing with my savings, Snoop. Now, take it away, Snoop.
Head to T-Mobile.com and get the new iPhone 16 Pro with Apple Intelligence on them. Now drop that jingle.
With 24-monthly bill credits, eligible trade-in on Go 5G Next. Well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 connection charge. Cancel entire account before receiving 24 bill credits, and credit stop and balance on required finance agreement too. Bill credits end if you pay off device early. See how you can save versus the other big guys at T-Mobile.com/switch. Apple Intelligence coming fall 2024.
.844 remain in the third quarter between Notre Dame and Navy, and the Irish lead 31-14. The midshipmen put together probably their best drive of the game, Ryan. 12 plays, 75 yards. They picked up a 4th and goal. They go for it and score. Blake Horvath muffed a snap and still made something out of it. Yeah. Really good stuff from Navy on that drive, and now it's Notre Dame's turn to respond.
And Blake Horvath, the only bad thing about him is that he has to go and serve, as the National Defense Act took away the right for service members to delay their service and go to the NFL. So that's one thing that happens, too, with these Navy players, Army players, and Air Force. This is all they got. I mean, yes, you can come back, and yes, you can, after 2 years, re-enter the draft. That's a lot of time for scouts to remember your name. So these guys are playing their version of the Super Bowl right now.
Again, this is a Navy team that came in 6-0, ranked 24th in the country. They have a ton to play for after this game, regardless of the outcome. They could possibly win the American Championship. They, of course, have the Army-Navy game. There's a world in which they could get to the American Championship game, even with a loss today, be 10-1 and be going for the win, and they would have a case
for the playoffs. 100%.
For the playoffs.
100%.
It's going to be between teams like them, maybe Army, who Notre Dame will see later in the year. High and over-end kick. Notre Dame plays it off a hop. This is Jaden Harrison bringing it out and takes it all the way to the 25-yard line. And that's where the Irish offense will start.
Well, the Irish got lucky there with the miscommunication on who was going to catch it, and thank goodness for Chris Mitchell. He was right there, and the ball bounced to him, because that could have been catastrophic for the Irish.
Offside, kicking team, number 57, 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
So now each team has been offsides on the kickoff, Ryan. I don't think we've seen that called once all year before
and
today.
It's just such a nitpicky thing to call. The player has to be all the way beyond the line of scrimmage before the kick, and typically referees are not going to be calling that.
You think maybe some overzealous line judges out there?
There's not a lot of penalties today, so they're not on television. Remember, every penalty is about 5 seconds of TV time, so they might have an internal clock that they're trying to get to here, Tony.
Interesting. Trying to drive up their exposure on the television broadcast today.
Visibility can be success for many people.
Notre Dame 5 penalties for 50 yards so far. Navy with 2 for 20. And again, now 2 of those penalties have come on kickoff. So the ball's back on a tee at the 30, and Notre Dame will get a chance to return it again. To your point, last time Harrison and Hurleman did not communicate well on this high kick. There are 3 players back, Faison, Harrison, and Hurleman, all standing at the 15-yard line, all viable options to return this kick.
Well, and if I'm Navy, I'm doing an onside kick right here. I'm going to try and catch him unawares.
Let's see, there's 5 men up for Notre Dame, 3 intermediate men, and now a flag for delay of game?
Delay of game.
Delay of game. Kicking team.
Oh, my gosh.
5-yard penalty. Re-kick.
I've only seen this one other time in my 25 years around the game of football. And it is the most ridiculous penalty you can commit if you're the offense. A delay of game on a kickoff means no one was paying attention for 75 seconds.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
So now the ball is at the 25, and the deepest return men for Notre Dame are stationed right at the 20-yard line. Should get great field position out of this. Kick is a high, fairly deep kick. Faison has to back up to field it at his own 9. Good kick. Now he turns on the jets, takes it across the 20, running to the far side. He's taken down right at the 25-yard line. After all of that, Ryan, the ball ends up where it was after the last kick and where it would have been after a touchback. Kenneth McShann makes the tackle for Navy.
What a kick for Navy. I mean, that was going to go to the house by Jordan Faison as the entire left side of the return team had made their blocks. That was going to be a return for a touchdown, but it just went 2 yards further and threw off the timing. What a kick for Navy.
Yeah, good kick by Lance Gossett. Drilled it deep, and Faison had to retreat to bring it out. So Notre Dame starts effectively after a touchback at their own 25, moving left to right. 8:32 to go in the third quarter. They lead Navy 31-14. Shotgun snap for Leonard. First play for the Notre Dame offense here in the second half is a run right up the middle. Jeremiah Love gets the carry for 7 yards.
And
that's how this half starts.
This should be 12 straight runs to the end zone. That's what this drive is. This is a drive where you tell your offensive line to work out the kinks, communicate together, help each other. And there, the right tackle, Emil Wagner, working with the tight end on a big, what they call tray block to create the opportunity for the big game.
Love's now a yard shy of 100 on the day. He has 99. He's also scored a couple of touchdowns. He has a touchdown in every game this season. Shotgun snap for Leonard. Throws left, in and out of the hands of Eli Raridan. Would have had enough for a first down, but the drop will set up 3rd and 3 for Notre Dame from their own 32.
And Notre Dame's offense is coming out a little lackadaisical. On that play, slow to get down, snapping the ball with a few seconds left on the clock. Just not a lot of urgency of the situation right now for Notre Dame offensively. And this has been a consistent problem for this season, coming out and playing quick and fast football to start the half.
Big spot here. 3rd and 3 from their own 32. 4 receivers set for Leonard. 2 each way. Ball spotted far hash as the Irish go left to right. Loves the back to Leonard's right. Out of the shotgun now, he motions Mitchell near to the formation. Now Leonard rolls right, looking to throw right, and it's caught. Great throwing catch to Greathouse. Right at the numbers, brings it in at the 37-yard line, but a flag is down on the far side of the field.
Illegal formation, offense, more than 4 players in the backfield. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And again, this is the kind of thing you can't do against Alabama. You do this against Alabama, you lose the game. This is your first drive, and you get an incompletion on a drop, and then you get a penalty on 3rd down that you convert that now turns it into 3rd and 9.
More than 4 in the backfield. They motioned Raridan.
I think it's because Anthony Knapp was so far back in his stance. Your helmet has to break the plane to the center. And Anthony Knapp was on the backside of that play. Should not have been that deep.
3rd and 8. Leonard, shotgun snap. Not sure he was ready for it. Now he's flushed out of the pocket. Runs right. He's got enough for a first down. And more down the near sideline. Shoved out of bounds right beyond midfield. Takes it all the way to the Navy 49. 24-yard pickup for Leonard. He makes something out of nothing.
Phenomenal job by Leonard. It almost looked like a design run, but he just saw the blitz and stepped up into the open space. And great quarterbacks have that in their mind. Okay, I'm going to look at the blitz, but if I see green space, I know they've got nobody because the corner's got their backs to me trying to cover downfield.
9 carries for 77 yards for Riley Leonard today, including a touchdown. Shotgun snap with a fresh set. 1st and 10. Aeneas Williams is the back. Gets the handoff. 3-yard pickup as he plows forward to the 46 of Navy with 7:05 to go in the third quarter, and the score still 31-14 Notre Dame. Four receiver set as the Irish stare at 2nd and 7. Leonard in the shotgun at the near hash marks.
They should run it to the left side.
Let's see what they do. They motion Love out of the backfield left. Design run. Draw for Leonard. Cuts it back to the right. Tripped up at the 40-yard line. He'll be just shy of the marker 3rd down and 1.5 yards is upcoming.
This has got to be just a straightforward run. You got one of the best offensive lines in the nation. Run the ball, get the 1st down, keep the clock moving.
They're back on the ball quickly here. 6:15 to go. Quick snap. Leonard hands it off to Love. Stutter steps through a tackle at the 40, and he does get the 1st down. Takes it all the way to the 37. 3 more hard yards for Jeremiah Love. Have him over 100 on the day.
Excellent job by Notre Dame's offense, getting to the line of scrimmage, executing the block, and then Jeremiah Love hopping over people to get the 1st down.
An athletic pickup that time for Love.
Beaux Collins is man-to-man. He will be wide open if he runs a post route. And that may be the last pass of Riley Leonard's day.
Has just 1 catch today, does Collins, for 5 yards. Shotgun to Leonard. He's looking towards him, taking a shot. Collins has the step. Here's the ball towards the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Beaux money, Beaux problems, Beaux Collins.
Fantastic play call. Fantastic throw. Excellent adjustment in the air by Beaux Collins, and he comes down with 6.
You called it, Ryan. You saw it the whole way, and Collins just blew by the Navy defense. 37-yard touchdown in the Irish lead, 37-14.
Wow.
Zach Yoakum on for the extra point. Swings the leg left to right, and it's good again. Great response by Notre Dame once more. Both times that Navy has come down and scored, the Irish have had the answer today.
And that drive was all Riley Leonard. He made the conversion on 3rd and 9. He made a conversion on 3rd and 1. And then, oh, by the way, throws a phenomenal football for the touchdown.
Great throw from Leonard to Collins. They've linked up on some of the biggest passes this season. 5 minutes and 35 seconds are left in the 3rd quarter. And Notre Dame is back on top by 3 touchdowns. It's the Irish 38, Navy 14. You're listening to Fighting Irish Football.
Hey, it's Adam with All American Stores. As a young kid listening and watching Notre Dame football, I never dreamed of having a commercial, let alone being the lead sponsor for Fighting Irish Football. Speaking of fighting, every day, All American is your home for fighting the morning with our amazing regular, French roast, and Highlander grog coffees from Lisa's Cafe. My wife and our team selected an amazing blend of specially formulated coffee beans. Not only is the coffee amazing, the story behind it all is even more amazing. Every one of our coffee beans are sourced from only the best of the best farmers that have exceeded our standards. These farmers aren't like Old MacDonald. Nah. These farmers offer their workers a livable wage, a roof over their family's head, food on the table, clinical health care, and even on-site education to their children. Every 2 beans come from a cherry and are professionally picked when perfect and ripe. It is a real fight, a really grueling process. When you drink our coffee, the world wins. All American Stores, hometown owners, hometown staff, your hometown team. Here's to a great season. Let's go Irish.
Like most of us, I bet you have hard to shop for folks in your life. So here's an idea. What better way to give them what they want than by stopping by your local Auto Value store and picking up a gift card? Why add stress this season when your favorite Auto Value store has your back? Anytime you need a last-minute gift, gift cards are an easy option. Stop in today at your neighborhood Auto Value parts store or shop myautovaluestore.com. And happy holidays from all of us at Auto Value.
This is Notre Dame football right here on Fort Wayne Sports Station.
5:35 left in the 3rd quarter. Notre Dame leads by 24 points, 38-14 over Navy. Dick's Sporting Goods believes that sports have the power to change lives. This belief has guided Dick since the beginning, and it's the inspiration behind their ongoing Sports Change Lives campaign. We hope that you enjoy the game. 7 plays, 75 yards. The big throw, 37-yarder from Leonard to Collins. That's kind of the go-to big play receiver for Notre Dame this year, Ryan. You saw it the whole way. How'd they manage to pull it off?
Well, one, it starts with the speed of Beaux Collins. He fired up that long line of scrimmage with an intent to score. The next came the perfect spiral coming down at the right time from Riley Leonard. That's what made it happen. Of course, the offensive line blocking and giving time, but that ball was out pretty quick, as that's a quick read. Navy had problems. They didn't have the speed to cover from the safety in the middle of the field. Love the throw. Love the adjustment by Beaux Collins. And that's the kind of thing that has to happen. you got to get to a space offensively where your quarterback is almost playing a little geometry, right? Okay, the numbers, the space, there's a lot of space over here and there's nobody covering it. That's where the ball's going to go. Who's going there? Deliver the football with the intent to score.
So it's 38-14. Goins kicking left to right. Drives an end over end kick to Bryant. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Hits him in the face mask and goes out of bounds at the 5. He's had a miserable day returning kicks.
We had one time in my 17-year football career, we had a returner let the ball go off his face mask. He was no longer the returner. I mean, it hits you in the face mask.
Bryant, who again was returning kicks really well for Navy coming in, 25 yards per return. He's been tripped up twice on kickoff at the 15. He's muffed a punt, and now he's had a kickoff go off his face mask and out of bounds. So Navy has to start at their own 4-yard line.
It's a human experience to struggle with confidence after making a mistake, and it's the only choice you really have. And clearly, Bryant not choosing to believe in himself. And what I always did after a mistake, Tony, I went back to the technique. Okay, what's the technique, if I'm him, of receiving the football? Don't think about what happened. Just keep yourself in the play.
So Navy, out of the own shadow of their own goal line, rather. They run it pretty effectively on first down, get close to 6, near the 10-yard line. It's a first down carry. It's going to be 2nd down and 4. They're back on the ball quickly. They're moving right to left here in quarter number 3 with 5:15 to go. Notre Dame leads by 3 touchdowns, 38-14.
I think he wants to pass it.
Horvath's under center. Takes the snap, option left. Can't get the pitch off, has to turn it back upfield, and he's going to go down for a loss. Joshua Burnham made it impossible to pitch the football, and then Jack Kaiser, good to see him back on the field, finishes that one off.
And Jaden Asbury's been playing his best game of his Notre Dame career. Jaden Asbury has been in position. He forced that football back because of his outside leverage and a free hand to make the tackle. Phenomenal team defense by Notre Dame.
Asbury had 5 tackles last week. He's been all around the football today. So it's 3rd down and 5 for Navy. At their own 9, they need the 14. Shotgun for Horvath. Drops back. Ball's out. Tipped at the goal line. Loose in the end zone. Notre Dame has the football. It's a touchdown. Recovered in the end zone by the Irish. It's Jalen Sneed. He scores, and Notre Dame leads 44-14.
It was Junior Tszyu Halamaka coming up and stripping the ball from behind, and then the play by Jalen Sneed. Literally just had to fall on it in the end zone, and this game is over.
It is a rout now at MetLife, 44-14. The defense has been all over the place today. That's another fumble for Navy.
What a rush by Junior Tszyu Halamaka, a linebacker out of high school, converted to defensive end, has battled through different things, and making a heck of a play on that one.
Extra point from Yoakum is no good. First missed extra point from Yoakum.
No, Yokes.
First time you had to bust that one out.
I don't like it. It didn't even sound good coming out.
Navy now has 6 fumbles on the game, and they've lost 4. Unbelievable.
How about Jalen Sneed falling on 6? I love it.
Defense has been outstanding as usual today for Notre Dame. 4 minutes and 18 seconds remain in the 3rd quarter. The Irish lead big. It's Notre Dame 44, Navy 14 on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics, wants to reward you for everyday banking. CU1's high-yield checking offers the opportunity to earn highly competitive dividends when you make qualifying transactions each month. No monthly fees and no minimum or opening balance required. Plus, you'll be able to bank anytime and anywhere with 24/7 digital and mobile banking. Start making more of your money with Credit Union One. Open an account at cu1.com/high-yield-checking. Federally insured by NCUA.
There are a lot of reasons Teeling Irish Whiskey is the official Irish whiskey of Notre Dame fans. As the recipient of more than 500 international awards, we know what it takes to win. We're small batch, but big on flavor, so we know you don't have to be the biggest to be the best. And like Notre Dame, we believe in excellence, progress, and pride. So when you're cheering the Fighting Irish, make sure you have some Teeling to share. Because it's not just Irish whiskey, it's the official Irish whiskey partner of Notre Dame fans. Drink responsibly.
O'Reilly. Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Need advice? We've got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Four minutes and 18 seconds left in quarter number 3, and Notre Dame leads by 30 points over Navy. The score is 44-14. Come cheer on the Irish in person and experience the excitement of game day. Tickets to Notre Dame football, men's and women's basketball, and hockey are available for purchase now on our website. Browse a variety of available tickets, including single games, mini and group packages, season tickets, premium experiences, and more at fightingirish.com/buy tickets. Can't make a game this season? Donate your tickets to Vet Tix, who provide free event tickets to members of the military, veterans, first responders, and their families. For more, learn that at vettix.org.
That's awesome that you can give some
awesome
tickets to the veterans. And one of the cool things just happened at the break. Anytime Navy hosts this game, they do a swearing-in ceremony for those who just enlisted. Really cool to see. And I always wonder, when is Navy going to start showing up to this game like in a submarine? We're right along the Hudson. Like, wouldn't that be awesome to have them have the ship berth right near the stadium and they just get off with their bags?
Yeah, the flyover is always cool.
Yeah.
But I think you're right. Could we find a way to get some kind of seafaring boat?
I mean, like
maybe into the corner.
Yeah, and later with Army, don't you roll into every stadium in tanks? You know what I mean? Where is the opportunity to establish dominance in the mind of others? But again, just tremendous respect to the individuals that choose to go to the service academies and serve our country, and thank you to all the service veterans and their families for the success and the sacrifice that you have given.
I got to say, just to follow up on that whole concept, vettix.org, that is a great idea, because you get season tickets.
Can't go to every game.
Yeah, he drives it into the end zone. Can't go to every game. Something comes up, or even I've got the 4-pack, and I've only got one kid come with me, and I got 2 spares. Don't let them go to waste. Just send them to Vet Tix. That's the best way you could possibly use your spare tickets.
I mean, a lot of in-laws aren't going to have tickets now because of Vet Tix, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, nothing's worse than having free tickets and running down the line and people who can't go. You're like, oh man, I got to give this to a Purdue grad. Oh no, no, send it to the veterans.
At least if it's a Purdue grad, it'll be a veteran.
Correct. And we start with veteran, not the Purdue grad in that case.
All right, Navy with the football at their own 25 after the touchback. And Horvath's going to look to throw. Dropping back, pressure in his face. That could be a loose ball. Kingston Viliamu-Asa hit him. They never blew the whistle. It's picked up by Riley Mills. He's got it at the 15. What's the official call? There's a flag down on the play as well. For now, Notre Dame's recovered a fumble.
This should be holding.
Personal foul.
Oh, no.
Personal passing. Defense, number 27. 15-yard penalty. What's that?
I categorically disagree with that foul. I'm watching the replay. I mean, Kingston Viliamu-Asa, first of all, is getting pushed into the quarterback, Blake Horvath, by an offensive player. There is nothing wrong with the hit that he just made. I cannot believe it. Marcus Freeman is more upset than I have ever seen him as I've been doing this job. That was the second awful call of the game.
Yeah, the phantom hold was bad. Devil's advocate, they might not have liked that the hands came up near the face, but I'm with you. It's probably the wrong call.
It hit the shoulder pad first.
Driving him into the ground, maybe. I don't know. So the ball's out to the 40-yard line. Horvath is on the move. Running an option to the right, keeps it himself, turns it upfield, and gets all the way to his own 49. 9-yard carry will set up 2nd and 1 with 3:55 left in the third quarter. Notre Dame leads 44-14.
Marcus Freeman just put the headset back on. He was so upset. That was just atrocious.
2nd and 1. Horvath's back under center.
one receiver, and they're in a triple option formation. Horvath will hand it off. Fullback dive. Be running off the left side of the formation goes Tszyu. 6 yards, enough for a first down. They're into Irish territory down to the 45-yard line.
One thing I always thought in playing these games is if I was a defensive coordinator, I'm going to tell some of my linemen to just submarine. Just go down, get in a 4-point stance and leap forward, create a pile, make a bundle, and force Navy to play without some blockers. But it is risky to go down on the ground on the football field.
3 minutes left in the third. Fresh set of downs, 1st and 10. Horvath's in the shotgun. Tszyu motions. They fake the handoff to him. Horvath keeps it, running right to the hashes, then cuts it back inside. Doesn't get a whole lot. They're going to give him 2 yards. Riley Mills is there for the stop. It'll be 2nd down and 8.
Notre Dame defensively has been stout outside of a couple plays by Blake Horvath. But you really a lot to love about Notre Dame defensively, including a monster stop that led to a 6-point swing in the first half of that in the second quarter.
Navy at the Irish 43-yard line, moving right to left here in the third quarter. Horvath's under center, play clock all the way inside 10 seconds. Now he's going to try to change the play as the clock continues to tick. Horvath will turn, hand it to Tszyu. Not a lot of room to run. Watts is in there. Viliamu Asa's in there. They're going to get the stop after another yard. It'll be 3rd down and 7 at the 42. It's a 30-point lead for Notre Dame, 44-14. Navy doesn't appear to be in a huge rush either. Horvath back under center. On 3rd and 7, option. They pitch it wide. Heidenreich gets to the edge, cuts it back inside, then puts his head down. Not enough. Stopped a half-yard shy of the 35. 6.5 is what he gets. They'll give him 6 right at the 36-yard line. Xavier Watts makes the stick, and it'll be 4th and 1.
Navy's got to go for it here. They're going for it anyways, but what a tackle by Notre Dame to stop him a yard short.
Big spot here for the midshipmen to extend the drive. 4th and 1. Horvath under center. Heidenreich in motion. Gets the handoff. Running right. Cuts it upfield, and he has the first down. 4-yard pickup on 4th and 1 as he takes it to the Irish 32-yard line.
Just methodical movement of the football by Navy. And then we got one. And just like that, there's one last play of the third quarter.
Yeah, 40 seconds on the clock. Play clock and game clock both ticking. Play clock's about 10 seconds ahead, so Navy, to your point, has to at least snap it one more time.
And outside of the turnovers, Navy really has played well. But when you start getting 4 turnovers, almost 5, it's an issue.
Yeah, 6 fumbles isn't going to cut it. Horvath, play action, rolling right. He can throw. Instead, he'll run towards the sideline. Junior Tuialamaka tackled him about 3 yards after he'd gone over the sideline. I'm surprised the flag didn't come out.
No, Tuialamaka made contact in the field of play.
Okay.
Whenever you make contact in the field of play, they're going to give that to you.
You're right. He made contact and just finished the play as Horvath was run out of bounds.
Horvath's trying to get an extra yard or two, and that's why Riley Leonard's been leaping out of bounds today. He wants to make it clear when he's out of bounds. Quarterbacks are aware of that.
That's going to wind the clock all the way to the end of the third. So Navy will have the football. 2nd down and 8 from the Irish 30-yard line upcoming when they start the 4th quarter here at MetLife Stadium. After 3 quarters of play, it's Notre Dame 44, Navy 14. We'll return after this message on the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics, wants to reward you for everyday banking. CU1's high-yield checking offers the opportunity to earn highly competitive dividends when you make qualifying transactions each month. No monthly fees and no minimum or opening balance required. Plus, you'll be able to bank anytime and anywhere with 24/7 digital and mobile banking. Start making more of your money with Credit Union One. Open an account at cu1.com/high-yield-checking. Federally insured by NCUA.
Let's face it, nothing makes you look older than you really are than thinning hair. But what if you could not only increase your hair count, but promote new hair growth without surgery, without drugs with potential side effects, and without a prescription from your doctor? Well, now you can, thanks to a breakthrough new supplement called Hair Grow, provided by New Nordic, the #1 supplier of dietary supplements in Europe. Hair Grow is now available in the U.S. Only Hair Grow contains Tocogaya, a powerful antioxidant that has received a U.S. patent. Multiple clinical studies show Hair Grow is safe and effective in promoting new hair growth. In one study, 95% of the patients using Hair Grow saw increased hair count. Don't lose more time and more hair. Try Hair Grow today to feel and look your best. Available online at Amazon, Walmart.com, and NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS. Look younger and feel more confident with Hair Grow by New Nordic at NewNordicUSA.com, or in stores at your local CVS.
Shotgun to Leonard. He's looking towards him, taking a shot. Collins has the step. Here's the ball towards the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Beaux money, Beaux problems, Beaux Collins.
Fantastic play call.
Irish all over Navy in the Meadowlands. This is Johnny Soper back inside our Notre Dame Radio Network studios. Notre Dame leads Navy 44-14. As we start the fourth quarter of play, let's send it back out to the broadcast booth at MetLife Stadium and rejoin Ryan Harris and Tony Simeone.
Thanks, Johnny. 15 minutes left in this one. The Irish have a 30-point lead, 44-14 over the Navy midshipmen. Navy has the football, and they're going to be at Notre Dame's 30-yard line. They've had it for 11 minutes and 51 seconds through the first 15 minutes of this second half. Notre Dame only had it for 3:09, but they scored on that drive. Some other numbers for you, Ryan. There have been 5 fumbles by Navy. Last time Notre Dame forced 5 or more was against Louisville in the opener in 2019. And again, just to go back to some of the struggles Navy's had kind of shooting themselves in the foot, they've started 3 of their 8 possessions inside the 12-yard line, whether it was the one off the face mask or some poor returns. Navy certainly is outmatched from a skill standpoint, but they haven't helped their case today. A lot of unforced errors from the midshipmen.
And conversely for Notre Dame, very few errors.
Yes.
Just really operating efficiently, especially outside of one particular touchdown drive, but they ended with a touchdown, so you can't complain too much. But Notre Dame really is starting to look like the team we thought they would be from the beginning of the season. Defense, elite. Offense, elite. And the development of Riley Leonard between Georgia Tech and in this game cannot be overstated. His confidence in the offensive line to give him time to throw the football has created multiple touchdowns today.
So they flip sides of the field. Navy will move left to right as we begin the fourth quarter. 2nd down and 8 from the Irish 30-yard line. Horvath will begin under center. Fofana is the back behind him. It's a running play to the right. Heidenreich gets the carry. They'll pick up a few. 3 yards down to the 27-yard line, and it'll be 3rd down and 5 after Adon Schuler makes the tackle for the Irish.
Here Navy's going to probably run to the field, as that's the open side, as they're on the right hash. And either way, they're going for it on 4th down if they don't get this 1st down.
There's a receiver with no one defending him on the left side of the formation. He is wide open. Okay, now Notre Dame sees it. Wow, Christian Gray was on the near side of the field. Now he runs over to the top.
Yeah, and Blake Horvath missing an opportunity to just throw a touchdown pass.
Now they're set on 3rd and 5. Horvath hands it off. No, fakes it. Sorry, pitches to the right. It's enough for a 1st down. Heidenreich again gets the pitch, has 7 yards all the way up to the 20-yard line.
And this Navy offense is getting yards at a heavy clip, and there's really nothing bad that Notre Dame's doing to allow it. It's just the scheme of the triple option. You're going to have crack blocks, meaning that you're going left and somebody's coming from your left, hitting you to your right. It's very disorienting, and Notre Dame has done an excellent job throughout the game of limiting the damage to points.
So 1st and 10 from the 20. Navy looking to throw. Horvath on a play-action pass. Sends it towards the end zone. Jump ball. Incomplete. Goes through the back of the end zone. Schuler was in coverage that time against Chapman. And he forces the incompletion.
And Chapman should have got a penalty for a face mask. Blake Horvath was trying to draw another penalty on junior Tui Halamaka. Junior's got to be careful because he gets a second personal foul and he's out for the first half of the next game.
That's a good point. 2nd and 10 for Navy on the edge of the red zone. This will be the 11th play of the drive.
I think we're going to get Steve Angeli coming out of this as well on offense.
9 runs. That was the first pass of this drive. 2nd and 10. Horvath fakes it, keeps it himself. Tszyu meets him just beyond the line of scrimmage after a 2-yard pickup. Throws him to the turf, and it'll set up 3rd and 8.
Junior Tszyu has really made a career for himself here at Notre Dame. A phenomenal defensive stalwart to the point that now he has to take on a leadership role. Boubacar Traore's out. Jordan Botelho's out. Benjamin Morrison out. He's the guy that can be the leader to step up and assist Jack Kaiser and company.
13:05 left in regulation. 44-14, Notre Dame leads. 3rd down and 8 for Navy at the Irish 18. Horvath takes the snap. He'll drop back and look to throw. Pressure in his face. Drops it off underneath. It's caught. Not enough for a first down. Drake Bowen is able to make the tackle for Notre Dame. Tszyu makes the catch at the 12, and now 4th down and 2 is what Navy has to deal with.
And a huge opportunity for Notre Dame's defense at the end of this long drive that started in the 3rd quarter to get the ball to your offense.
Notre Dame's only had 1 offensive drive here in the 2nd half. Only had the ball for 3 minutes and 9 seconds of the 2nd half. As the clock approaches 12:20 to go in the 4th. 4th down and 2. Horvath out of the shotgun. Takes the snap. Rolls right, and before he can get the throw off, a procedure call is going to back up Navy 5 yards.
Prior to the snap, false start, offense, number 82, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
So 4th and 2 becomes 4th and 7.
Good game as well by Joshua Burnham. We haven't said his name a lot in terms of tackles, but he has been creating havoc for Navy and really starting to develop himself as a young player, getting more and more opportunities due to injuries, but also his play.
Saw Burnham make that great play a couple weeks back, blowing up that option pitch.
He intercepted a pitch for 6.
4th and 7 for Horvath. Pressure comes, slings it towards the end zone. Jump ball, intercepted. Leonard Moore in the back of the end zone. The freshman has the pick.
Welcome to Pick City, Leonard Moore, the youngest member of the council, arriving with authority. And Drake Bowen destroyed Blake Horvath on the end of that play. And what a catch. Went up like a rebound. Leonard Moore bodied the receiver to get the ball. What a play.
First career interception for Leonard Moore. He joins the party. It's the 5th turnover of the game for the Irish.
I think we got to start sending certificates of welcome to Pick City. Leonard Moore, and whenever Jordan Clark gets his first one, we'll send certificates of admission. I
got to figure out how we're going to collect taxes on this.
Now you're
on these
thinking.
citizens.
Now you're an administrator. Way to go, Tony.
Notre Dame 44, Navy 14, with 11:44 left to go in the 4th quarter. You're listening to the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, to check that your seats aren't in the visitor section first, before buying tickets.
I'm so excited for this game. I can't believe you got us tickets.
Me too. Wait, are we on the wrong side?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
This is going to be a long game.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Notre Dame Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
The
passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SiriusXM College Sports Radio, there's complete coverage of every major conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 24.
.11:44 left in the fourth quarter between Notre Dame and Navy. The Irish lead big, 44-14 against the midshipmen. Tony Simeone with the Super Bowl champ Ryan Harris. Great takeaway by the Irish defense. Leonard Moore gets his first career pick, and now the offense gets to come back out on the field, Ryan, and I believe the quarterback is going to be Steve Angeli from Westfield, New Jersey, Bergen Catholic High School product. That school's just about a half hour from MetLife. Gets a chance to play in his backyard. This has to be awesome for him.
No doubt, has family all throughout the stands. His parents are crying. I mean, I never got to play in Minnesota with Notre Dame, thankfully. You don't need to go to Minnesota. Too cold. But for Steve Angeli, who has stayed in this name, image, and likeness and transfer portal era, what a moment for him to get to do this.
And he has been very sharp when he's coming to games this year. Oh, it's a bad snap to his right. Has to roll, pick it up at the 7-yard line. He's going to try to throw it downfield to Thomas, and it's incomplete. Angeli avoids disaster on the first play on an errant snap.
You got your backup center in. It looks like Sullivan Asber or Joe Oting. Can't see, but good thing is Steve Angeli not only picked up the ball, evaded a rusher, and then was pointing at the receiver, Bo Collins, like, hey, go downfield. I can throw you the ball. And
yeah.
Bo Collins wasn't able to get back into the field.
You're right. Joe Otting, the backup center, is in. That snap was a foot or two wide right. So it's 2nd and 10. Notre Dame's at their own 20 after the touchback on the interception from Moore. Shotgun snap for Angeli. Pressure comes in his face, and he goes down at the 10-yard line. A sack. Colin Ramos blows it up. There's a flag in the secondary.
Be pass interference.
Holding. Defense, number 13. 10-yard penalty. First down.
That's a gift for Notre Dame after the sack. Andrew Duhart called for the penalty. This will move the ball all the way upfield to the 30, and it's a fresh set of downs as well.
Notre Dame just want to stay on schedule. You want your backups to be able to score a touchdown, see themselves in the offense, hear the calls, execute the plays. This is a valuable, valuable time for everybody on the field for Notre Dame.
Should see some guys down the depth chart get a chance. This is just the second drive of the second half for Notre Dame as Jadarian Price gets the handoff on first down. Running left across the numbers all the way beyond the 35 to the 38-yard line. Generous spot. Give him 8 yards on first down to set up 2nd and 2. Oh, now it's back at the 37, so give him 7 yards. Beg your pardon.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah. Keeping it clean down there. Notre Dame as a team is over 200 yards rushing today, 211. 102 have come from Love, and 83 have come from Riley Leonard, the quarterback. Flag comes out as they run it on 2nd and 3 to Price. He gets a yard, and this looks like a formation call, I think.
Yeah, I think the tight end for Notre Dame was late getting down in his stance. I think that was Kevin Bauman getting slow down in his stance there.
Illegal shift. Offense. 2 men moving at the snap. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
Marcus Freeman's looking for clarification. I am too. Outside of the motion and the tight end getting down at the snap, I don't know about that.
Got a lot of guys, maybe 3 or 4 on the depth chart right now in. Aeneas Williams out there. Jaden Harrison's out there. Deion Colsey's at receiver all the way to the bottom of the formation. 3 receivers to the top with Colsey at the bottom. Cooper Flanagan's the motion man. Now he moves to a tight end position on the right side of the line. They hand it off on 2nd down and 8 to Aeneas Williams. He runs it out to the 34. Justin Reed makes the stop for Navy. With 10:05 to go, it'll be 3rd and 6 for Notre Dame.
Time for Steve Angeli to throw one of those beautiful passes he's thrown all season. One thing about Steve Angeli, too, I love how calm he is. Still has a lot of urgency and excellent footwork, but he's calm.
Last year in the Sun Bowl, 15 for 19, 232, 3 touchdowns. 5 receiver set, empty backfield for Angeli on 3rd and 6 from their own 34. Takes the snap, looks right, swings it out to Harrison, and he dropped it. That's a forward pass, even though he dropped it near the line of scrimmage. It was moving forward, so they blow the play dead, and now it's 4th and 6, and Notre Dame's going to have to punt.
Okay. Jaden Harrison needed to just go upfield a little more to make it a solid read, and he was kind of widening out looking at Steve Angeli, so Angeli threw him the football, but that's 100% on Harrison. You got to attack that line of scrimmage. You can catch that ball on the run and ensure that it's a forward pass.
This will just be the second punt of the day for Notre Dame. James Rendell is set to receive this snap at his own 20-yard line. Low snap, but he handles it and drives a high, booming, end-over-end kick. Fair catch at the 28. Did it come out? It did. Ball's loose at the 15. Second punt of the day from Notre Dame. Second muff for Navy. And the Irish claim to have the football at the 15. And they've got it. Jaden Harrison comes up with the loose ball. 2 punts, 2 muffs today for Navy. The unforced errors continue to pile up. That's the 6th turnover of the game.
I'm not sure this will stay a turnover, though. The offensive player for Navy had the ball. Yeah, and we're watching the replay. He has the ball, but he doesn't necessarily keep possession. There's a split second. We're looking at the best angle now from behind him. But that ball is on him. I think that's going to be...
I don't know if he ever secured it, though, Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm with you. He did. Heidenreich almost held it enough. Yeah. It never hit the ground, actually.
Notre Dame has 4 wide to the right. I love it.
Unique formation. Nobody left. Angeli in the shotgun now motions Price out of the backfield. Wide receiver screen. Faison catches it to 15. Turns it upfield along the far hash and runs it to the 10, but they'll mark him at the 12, 11. They're all over the place. One line judge has him at the 11. The other guy has him at the 12. Where's he going to get spotted?
They must have stayed in Secaucus last night, too. Very disorienting.
Oh, man. 8:50. You don't want to ever be in Secaucus again, it sounds like.
Apparently, I've been tweeted already. It's Secaucus. Secaucus.
Oh.
Yes.
8:45 and counting. Notre Dame has the ball after the muffed punt. 4 receivers set, 2 each way for Angeli.
Here comes a zero blitz.
It's a run for Price. Puts his head down across the 10. Inside the 5. That actually, Ryan, that might have been Keidron Young, actually. Beg your pardon. That is Keidron Young.
Yes.
He gets the carry inside the 5, and it's 1st and goal.
Notre Dame has great running backs, but Keidron Young is my favorite. Wow, this young man can play football. Notre Dame fans are going to hear his name a lot in the future.
Oh, and there's early movement up front. This will be a false start.
False start. Offense, number 84. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Jake Otting needed to snap the football because clearly on a hurry-up, what they usually say is you're on the first count on a hurry-up. Steve Angeli did everything he was supposed to do, got guys to the line of scrimmage very much like Riley Leonard had done earlier in the game for his touchdown, and clapped his hands, and everybody but the center moved.
There's 3 flags.
Micah Gilbert's out there now, another freshman, with Colsey, Harrison. Young is the back. Bauman's the tight end. And Angeli's the quarterback. Great to see it. 1st and goal from the 8 now for Notre Dame, moving right to left. Shotgun for Angeli. 2 on the play clock. They got to go. They get the snap off in time. Young gets the carry. Between the tackles he runs along the near pro hash marks, and he's going to get it to the 4-yard line, so he picks up a few. It'll be 2nd and goal.
That's been throwing me off all game with the two different hash marks on either side of the field. But as custom here in New York City, they will be having a football game every weekend in the NFL season.
So 2nd and goal from the 4. Angeli hands it off. Young through 1 tackle for the goal line. Touchdown, Keidron Young and Notre Dame, and there's a flag on the far side. It'll be declined. It's against Navy.
Offside. Defense, number 91. That play is declined. He's on the play. It's a touchdown.
Kedron Young has his first career touchdown.
It will not be his last. Excellent blocking by the offensive line. Fantastic execution on the drive. All started because of a recovery by Jaden Harrison on a muffed punt. Just a phenomenal team victory today. And the Notre Dame fans going home a little early to miss the traffic back over the bridge.
Extra point on its way from Yoakum is good.
Yeah, Yokes.
51-14 is the score. Notre Dame has continued to pile it on here late at MetLife. 7 minutes, 8 seconds to go, and the Irish lead big over Navy. You're listening to Fighting Irish Football.
Attention homeowners, are you tired of paying too much on your energy bills? Over 90% of homes likely need more insulation. It's time you discovered Koala Insulation, a premier insulation contractor. Koala's team can give you a free insulation evaluation. There's no obligation. It's one of the best home improvement returns on investments you can make. And then you can start saving money for years to come. So be sure to book your appointment for a free insulation evaluation online at koalainsulation.com.
College basketball fans, it's a night you won't forget.
Whitmore Robertson with the trigger. Counted for three.
The Fighting Irish are coming to the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum to take on the Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons. It's a charity basketball game to benefit Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northeast Indiana and the Boys and Girls Club of Fort Wayne.
Nothing but the bottom of the cup for Jalen Jackson.
Micah Shrewsbury and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish take on your Purdue Fort Wayne Mastodons October 30th, 7 p.m. at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum.
Conchar slams it home. He drives the lane and finishes with the left-handed, one-handed flush.
The Fighting Irish are coming to the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum October 30th.
An experience brought to you by Star Financial Bank.
Tickets start for less than $12
through donsvsnd.com. donsvsnd.com.
The Mastodons and the Fighting Irish. Don't miss it.
This is Notre Dame football right here on Fort Wayne Sports Station.
Minutes, 8 seconds remain between Notre Dame and Navy. The Irish lead 51-14, and let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
Live from the Hoopy Insurance Services Studios, this is WKJG Fort Wayne, 1380 AM, 100.9 FM, The Fan.
To number 46.
Notre Dame leads 51-14. Tony Simeone with the Super Bowl champion Ryan Harris. It's been a funky game, Ryan. Notre Dame has looked really sharp. Definitely not going to take anything away from them. They've absolutely capitalized.
Yes.
I couldn't believe these stats, though. Navy has 6 turnovers committed. They've thrown 1 pick. They've fumbled 7 times and lost 5 of them. They came in with just 2 fumbles on the year and lost none of them. On top of all that, Notre Dame has forced 0 fumbles. That is unbelievable. To have 7 fumbles and none be forced is a remarkable stat that just speaks to how sloppy Navy has been at times today, a team that's otherwise very clean with the football.
An uncharacteristic Navy team, but Notre Dame, as you said, Tony, just capitalizing, and that's all you can do. You can't take away from what Notre Dame has been able to accomplish, scoring 51 points. And just an amazing job in the way they've done it. Offensively, running the football, converting third down, scoring touchdowns in the red zone. Defensively, falling on the footballs to create those turnovers, holding them on 4th down, getting a turnover in the end zone, Leonard Moore climbing the ladder to get the ball. I mean, you can't do much more excellence in a game than Notre Dame has today.
This kick is going to be fair caught at the 10. Wow. There's going to be some work by Navy as Heidenreich had trouble fielding it on specials and returns because it's killed them today.
I was just going to say, they might start doing that on the plane, on the bus ride home, just on the tarmac saying, hey, guys, practice the punt returns. And we've been joined by royalty in the booth here. We got the legendary Zig Fracassi, one of the best names in radio. He's been around all kinds of sports. You hear him every single Sunday as well.
Another timeout on the field as this game continues to charge forward. 7:08 still remain between Notre Dame and Navy. It's the Irish 51, the midshipmen 14. You're listening to the Notre Dame Radio Network.
You've got to watch your NFL team every Sunday, and Verizon's got you covered for all your team's out-of-market games every Sunday afternoon. Come on! From kickoff to sign-off, From first downs and touchdowns
That's right.
to turnovers
No!
and overturned plays.
After review, the pass was incomplete.
Nice. Let's go!
This season, win every Sunday with Verizon. Get a great deal on NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV and a new phone. Excludes digital-only games. Terms and embargoes apply.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large. Because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
O'Reilly. Need a little help? O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. Need advice? We've got advice. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. Exceptional customer service. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
7 minutes, 8 seconds remain between Notre Dame and Navy, and the Irish lead 51-14. Notre Dame is up big. Tony Simeone with the Super Bowl champ Ryan Harris. This is the most points for Notre Dame against Navy away from home since 1996 when they won 54-27 against Navy in Dublin. They've done a good job today. They've scored in a lot of different ways. Running the ball, throwing the ball. Defense got in the end zone. Jalen Sneed had the touchdown. Hard to poke a lot of holes in this Notre Dame approach today, Ryan. They've been really sound in all three phases.
They've been limited on third down because they haven't had many. And then you got Jeremiyah Love playing a fantastic game. Riley Leonard stacking now, top performance after top performance. So everything trending in the right way if you're Notre Dame.
Keep an eye on Navy the rest of the way. They've got a favorable schedule. They've played well against the favorable opponents. Of course, coming in undefeated. They're going to run it here. New quarterback in the game, Braxton Woodson. Good tackle that time on the outside. Notre Dame has some of the younger guys on the field. I think it was Luke Talich who made the tackle. And now you got a player down. Oh, no. Armel Mookum is down behind the play. And he's going to get some attention.
Not what you want if you're Notre Dame. Mookum, freshman from Canada. Quebec, not Quebec, Quebec, as they say up north.
Yeah, he's a talented young player they're excited about. Comes on the field here to play late in the game. Again, they've gotten some of the first and second stringers off the field for this exact reason, but you don't want to see, obviously for Mookum's sake, him be hurt. And then already up front defensive line, that's where a lot of the injuries have been this year for Notre Dame.
And for Mookum, I'm sure it's tough for his family to be here today. Hopefully they are, but one of the things, fans, you got to remember, especially on road games, if a player gets injured, their family is panicking, trying to get any and all information until they talk to that player.
Okay, let's see. They're going to help him up. He's limping off on his own power, which is a good sign, but you never know with these things.
Yeah, it's still it's not indicative of what may or may not have happened. And I mean, just think about for him, he's a freshman, he's getting in, it's a pro stadium against Navy, and he's hurt. So it's just a devastating place to be for Mookum.
They're going to take him towards the 10. Hopefully he's all right. 6:53 and the clock winds. Again, backup quarterback is now in for Navy. Woodson has just thrown it 7 times this year. He's run it 19 times. He hands it off on 2nd and 9. They run right, get it up to the 31-yard line. 6-yard pickup will set up 3rd down for this Navy offense.
Navy, again, just outside of the turnovers, has not done anything to really create this score, but those turnovers have been costly throughout the game. And the strange thing is they didn't stop. It just kept coming in different forms for Notre Dame.
3rd and 3 from their own 31. Navy's moving left to right. Now Woodson motions from the shotgun. under center. Put the man in motion, roll left, option for Woodson, keeps it himself, and he's shut down right at the line of scrimmage. Everybody shows up. Jalen Sneed in there. Max Hurleman in on the hit as well. This guy's all over the place.
Max Hurleman is a fantastic football player, and Jalen Sneed is having the game of his career as a member of the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And shockingly, Navy will punt.
At this point, probably trying to preserve the score as much as possible. High, end over end, beg your pardon, spiraling punt. That's going to bounce all the way at the 10. Hurleman lets it roll towards the goal line, and it's a touchback. Oh, great effort by the Navy special teams, but it does trickle into the end zone. And after a 68-yard punt, it'll come back out to the 20. That's where Notre Dame will start with 5:20 left in the game. Just want to hit on Hurleman again real quick, Ryan. Transfer from Colgate, playing a graduate season here. Didn't think much of him coming into the season. He's played a great role receiving punts for this team. He's been great on punt coverage, and now you see him getting in on defense, making a tackle for Notre Dame. He's become a real asset for this Irish roster.
Absolutely, and you always love to be surprised by your roster, too, because it gives you extra depth. I mean, Max Hurleman could be starting in a lot of places in this country, but choosing to be a member of this team and come in as he is. Great character player as well.
Certainly going to play a role as they make their run through November. And Jelly back to quarterback the offense. This is just the third Irish offensive drive of the half. Keidron Young gets the carry between the tackles, and it goes for 3 yards out to the 23.
Keidron Young has such tremendous power. There was contact at the line of scrimmage, and he drugged the defender to get the short gain. Just a physically dominant player. Not as big as Audric Estime, but very much a similar type of player. Probably better quickness and speed than Audric Estime, too. So the future for Keidron Young is very bright.
4:45 left in the game. Notre Dame moving right to left on 2nd and 7. Angeli hands it off. Young, good hard run. Makes one man miss, then runs through a tackle at the first down marker along the 30. Gets all the way out to the 33. And it's a first down for Notre Dame.
Yeah, and a member of the Navy midshipmen really got away with a personal foul right in front of the referee. Cooper Flanagan, high character, not reacting, not responding. But if I was an offensive lineman, I'd let my guys know who did that, what number he was. Make sure everybody's on the same page regarding information, Tony.
Number one priority right now for both teams, but definitely for Notre Dame as we keep an eye on them throughout the year. Get out of this building healthy and eligible for the next game. 1st and 10, Young will get the carry. Between the tackles, he goes once more. It's 3 straight runs for Young, and he takes this one out to the 37. 4-yard pickup keeps the clock moving at 3:45 to go in the game.
You get another first down, and depending on when it comes, if it comes after this play, you're going to be pretty good, provided Navy doesn't take timeouts, which I don't think they will down this much. So one more first down if you're Notre Dame's offense. You can start calling the best play in football. 6 right tight diamond, victory on 1.
Love the sound of that play call. 2nd and 6, pistol formation for Angeli, with the ball spotted at their own 37. Letting the play clock dwindle. Takes the snap with 6 seconds to spare. Hands it off to Young, running again between the tackles. It's a no-nonsense drive. 4 more yards out to the 41. 3rd down and 2 will be upcoming. Notre Dame can run one play and take it all the way down to the 2-minute timeout should they choose to do so.
And you want to get this first down, though, and they've been running the same exact play over and over again. Maybe now throw a little wrinkle in it to get this first down, and then everybody has an opportunity to enjoy the success.
7 carries for Keidron Young today, 34 yards in his first career touchdown. Play fake on 3rd and 2, and Jelly fires, and it's caught in the flat all the way across midfield. Great throwing catch to Davis Sherwood into Navy territory, and Sherwood has a big pickup down to the Navy 40-yard line. It's a 19-yard completion.
Phenomenal play call by Mike Denbrock. Everybody's thinking run. They line up in the same formation they'd run the previous 3 plays, and Steve Angeli pulls the ball and delivers it to Sherwood, who came over in that same motion to widen the end. Fantastic play, and they only call that because of the confidence they have in Steve Angeli.
This is the 2-minute timeout.
And the 2-minute parlay has arrived.
You heard it from the referee, Marcus Woods. We've hit 2 minutes to go in the contest. Notre Dame 51, Navy 14 with 2 minutes left to go. You're listening to the Notre Dame Radio Network.
Notre Dame Athletics was compensated for this endorsement and is not a current client of Howard Bailey. For more information, visit howardbailey.com/ND disclosure.
All right, team, huddle up. Whether you're in the red zone or still at the 50-yard line, it's time to call a play, and we can help. Howard Bailey Financial is the official wealth management partner of Notre Dame Athletics. Download our free resource right now for insight on taxes, Social Security, and more. Text HUDDLE to 888-262-1104. That's HUDDLE to 888-262-1104.
This is Coke Zero Sugar. Could I be the best Coke ever? Try and taste with your ears. Hear those bubbles? Imagine them tingling on your tongue. Fizzy deliciousness. Listen to that cascading liquid. A mouth-watering waterfall. Irresistibly tasty. Zero sugar. Crisp. Refreshing. And ice cold. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. Sirius XM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On Sirius XM College Sports Radio, there's complete coverage of every major conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of Sirius XM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 24.
Notre Dame leads 51-14 against Navy in the 97th all-time meeting between these two teams. Notre Dame's going to win for the 83rd time. And there's 2 minutes to go. 51-14. Irish have a lot of the backups on the field, getting some valuable reps, whether it be for later this year or down the road. Question is now, are they going to come out and run some plays here, Ryan? Or are they going to just be content with taking a knee at this point? They could knee it 3 times and run out the clock, but because they've got the backups in, it might at least keep it on the ground and run the football against Navy here.
Yeah, and you really don't have to do anything with a first down. You can just kneel it 3 times, get out of the building, let everybody get home a little earlier, or make a stop off before they get home, whatever it is people have planned. But Navy's one of the few teams, Army, Air Force is going to be 2 others, that you don't run up the score, you don't do anything malicious. Right. This is a total respect moment, and you honor the commitment that the midshipmen have made, not only to the sport of football, but to our country as servicemen and women.
251 rushing yards today for the Irish. That's the 3rd time this year they've gone for 250 or more. Also 10 different receivers today with that last catch from Sherwood on the 15 completions from the 2 quarterbacks combined. That is great distribution in the passing game from Notre Dame today. They're at the Navy 40, moving right to left. And Jelly brings the offense out with a fresh set of downs. Claps for the football, hands it off to Young. Right up the gut he goes, stays on his feet. Good hard running from the freshman. 8-yard pickup down to the Navy 32.
He is phenomenal. Lightning speed. I mean, he catches that football. He knows where he's going. Kedron Young, yes, it may be late in the game, but he is impressive to anybody who likes the game of football.
He's got the 3rd most carries today, 8 for 38 and a touchdown.
Ooh, it's a nice little stat line.
That is. Makes you think about what this backfield is going to look like late in November.
Yeah.
2025, 2026 for sure.
Well, you have knowledgeable, experienced players now to go in if something happens.
2nd and 2, he gets his 9th carry. This time, not a lot of running room. Good work that time by Navy to bottle this one up. Emil Hevington makes the stop after a 1-yard pickup. Clock's ticking down to a minute to go. Notre Dame can run one more play to end the football game.
I think they actually might take a knee.
You can, if you want.
Yeah. But you just got to snap this football with under 40 seconds to go, and we're about 7 seconds from that.
Correct. We're going to split out a couple of receivers here. Pistol formation, 40 seconds left. Now if it's on the ground, the game can end after this play. Angeli on 3rd and 1 is in the shotgun. Takes the snap, gives it to Young. Up the middle he goes. Pushes forward all the way to the 26. It's a first down, and that's going to be enough.
That will be the ball game as both teams are leaving the sideline. Well, at least Notre Dame is. Navy's shown the most discipline all day offensively by staying on the sideline until the clock strikes triple zeros.
Here they come.
Interesting time to choose to be disciplined.
Brian Newberry and Marcus Freeman come together at midfield. And as the final seconds wind off the clock, Notre Dame will head into their second bye week at 7-1.
Woo. Sounds good.
It's a 51-14 victory over Navy at MetLife Stadium. The Irish are in business as they head into the bye. Along with Ryan Harris, this is Tony Simeone. We'll be right back after these messages. You're listening to Fighting Irish Football.
Hey, it's Adam with All American Stores. As a young kid listening and watching Notre Dame football, I never dreamed of having a commercial, let alone being the lead sponsor for Fighting Irish Football. Speaking of fighting, every day, All American is your home for fighting the morning with our amazing regular, French roast, and Highlander grog coffees from Lisa's Cafe. My wife and our team selected an amazing blend of specially formulated coffee beans. Not only is the coffee amazing, the story behind it all is even more amazing. Every one of our coffee beans are sourced from only the best of the best farmers that have exceeded our standards. These farmers aren't like Old MacDonald. Nah. These farmers offer their workers a livable wage, a roof over their family's head, food on the table, clinical health care, and even on-site education to their children. Every 2 beans come from a cherry and are professionally picked when perfect and ripe. It is a real fight, a really grueling process. When you drink our coffee, the world wins. All American Stores, hometown owners, hometown staff, your hometown team. Here's to a great season. Let's go Irish.
College basketball fans, it's a night you won't forget.
Whitmore Robertson with the trigger. Counted for 3.
The Fighting Irish are coming to the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum to take on the Purdue-Fort Wayne Mastodons. It's a charity basketball game to benefit Big Brothers Big Sisters of Northeast Indiana and the Boys and Girls Club of Fort Wayne.
Nothing but the bottom of the cup for Jalen Jackson.
Micah Shrewsbury and the Notre Dame Fighting Irish take on your Purdue-Fort Wayne Mastodons October 30th, 7 p.m. at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum.
Conchar slams it home. He drives the lane and finishes with the left-handed, one-handed block.
The Fighting Irish are coming to the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum October 30th.
An experience brought to you by Star Financial Bank.
Tickets start for less than $12
through DonsVSND.com. DonsVSND.com.
The Mastodons and the Fighting Irish. Don't miss it.
This is Notre Dame football right here on Fort Wayne Sports Station.
Notre Dame wins today against Navy, 51-14 at MetLife Stadium. Tony Simeone along with the Super Bowl champ Ryan Harris. They just concluded the alma mater with Navy. Now both teams will head to the other side and sing it. The Notre Dame alma mater should be a great sight here at MetLife as Notre Dame gets honored. Ryan, let's just talk big picture first about what this game meant, beating Navy, such an important game. They had some wrinkles. Notre Dame executed well. Any chance to share the field with this team? A lot of different emotions go through your head. What's your takeaway, big picture from the whole day for Notre Dame?
Big picture, the road is real now if you're Notre Dame. You have one last weekend off before you play some of the biggest football games of your life. Mm-hmm. And for the coaches, yeah, they're going to have some recruiting trips and things like that, but the attention to detail of what can you do and what do you need to throw out. You know, some of the best coaches delete at this point of the season. I'm going to delete things that aren't working. I may have been trying something, it's not working. I'm going to get rid of that play. So it's time to refine and excel as a coaching staff, get healthy and reload if you're a player, because you have one of the most awesome possibilities in all of college sports, because you're on a path to a national championship right now.
I'm sure you'll cover some of this with Johnny, but I want to just quickly talk about the two-headed monster that's becoming Jeremiyah Love and Riley Leonard. Together today, they ran it for 22 different occasions, 185 combined yards, 3 touchdowns. They average 8.5 yards per carry. It just seems like when 13 or 4 has the football, a lot of good things are happening for this offense.
And they demoralize defenses they play against. I mean, Riley Leonard on one drive was the sole engine on 3 conversions that ended in a touchdown pass. Jeremiah Love runs with such speed and ability and willingness to hurdle somebody at the line of scrimmage that he really covers up for others' mistakes. Both of them are phenomenal, and provided both stay healthy, everything is on the table for Notre Dame.
Last thing I have before I cut you loose for Johnny in the next 2 segments is, what do you want to see when this team takes the field 2 weeks from now? They get a week off, like you said. They may have to delete, put some new stuff in. What do you want to see as they take the field against Florida State at home?
There's a couple personnel things I would do in terms of getting the right players on the field, but the other thing is you got to get the tight ends involved in this offense.
Head coach
the fact that Mitch Evans, Eli Raridon, they've made plays, but
Illinois. Mercer County boasts nearly 700 farms, growing more than 25 million bushels of corn. Family farmers in Mercer County use